Yeah. What's up?
What is up and what's going on? Everyone out there watching, listening, tuning in, we appreciate every single one of you guys tuning in for our third day this week of the morning report. Again, if you are new and you are just tuning in to the show, this is something new that we are doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Yes, we added that Thursday in there as well, even though we do our Pantheon stream on Thursday evenings with Marcus over at Back of the Bus. If you have not subscribed to their channel, please do so. They do some great content over there, and Marcus is a very good friend. So go over there, subscribe to Back of the Bus. So we have the Pantheon stream on Thursdays, but on Thursday morning, we are still going to do the morning report. It may not be some of those hard hitting topics we're going to touch on that Thursday night on Pantheon, but it is going to be some time for us to spend with the audience, whether we're playing games, doing tier list, or whatever. Even if it's just covering a minor topic, that's not a main topic for Thursday evening. We still want to hang with you guys. And again, appreciate you guys being here. So, chill. It's a new day, new morning report. How are you?
New day, new report, but same story. We want to thwart all of the people coming to us, trying to move and cause a fuss. Even if we're not with Back of the Bus, you can tell that the fun is going to be good. Trust.
That was
And
off the top.
right off the top,
All
I'm no
right.
disgrace. Everybody put the T on your face, put the T on your face, put the T on your face, put the T on your face.
Off the
Right.
top.
I caught. Listen, the comment section of my video the other day, because I clipped it, they all wanted to talk about the T on the face, and I think, regardless of their opinions of it now, it's catchy, and people are gonna start doing the Mr. Terrific T on your face. All we need is a rapper to take care of it. Who's it gonna be? 21 Savage,
No.
Young Dirk.
It's dark out. You on a murder for hire charge?
Um, this is what's gonna get him
Oh,
innocent.
okay. I
Yeah.
see. I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah. Well, we do have a great show for you guys today with some great things to talk about. Some of the off the top things that are not main topics that we will kind of get into briefly will be just James Gunn's comments on Peacemaker and how that moving forward is going to be a big event to know what is going on in the future of the DCU. We are also going to minorly talk about the Fantastic Four and a new clip that they released and some things that were mentioned by the cast about what we can expect from Doomsday and some things like that. We will also very minor. We're expected to see a trailer later this month for Avatar Fire and Ash. I know a lot of people have been expecting to see and waiting to see that. I'm definitely one of them. That second film was amazing, just like the first one. So excited for that as well. And then another little minor thing here is just that the Odyssey put tickets on sale a year early. Tickets go on sale for the Odyssey. I believe they go on sale Thursday. So if you are wanting to see the Odyssey and you want to get your tickets a year early for the film, you can do so. Other than that, the main topics are going to be reacting to Stranger Things. I haven't seen the trailer for it yet. I'm a huge 2016 huge Stranger Things fan, big fan, so I cannot wait to see this. We are also going to discuss Ryan Coogler and the discussions, I guess, that he may or may not have had with James Gunn about maybe coming over to the DCU and helming one of those black characters and possibly killing them as well. We're also going to talk about Robert Downey Jr. and I'm not sorry, not Robert Downey Jr., but Doomsday and the plot leak. So spoilers for that one. If you're not a person that likes spoilers and you don't want to hear what's possibly going to be going on within that film, then you're going to check out during that segment. And the last thing we'll talk about is the Voldemort casting and how HBO is going to keep that a secret until the show airs. I don't know how long they'll be able to keep that a secret, but I like the idea.
Why? Why would you keep a secret? It's not like we don't know that there's a book character named Voldemort and the movie audience doesn't know there's a Voldemort. What does the casting, keeping it a secret, would have revealed if they would have told us who it is? That's scary.
Yeah, I don't know why they're keeping it a secret, but they are wanting to hide who is acting as Voldemort until we see Tom Riddle. So those are some things on the docket today. First thing that we can just start with, again, just go with Peacemaker deal here. James Gunn made comments in a recent interview where he said that if people watch the next season of Peacemaker, they'll see where a lot of the things are going to be going. I did not watch the first season of Peacemaker. It was not something I was ever interested in. The only thing I ever watched from Peacemaker was when the silhouettes of Momoa and the rest of them. I think Momoa was actually in it, but when the silhouettes of like Cavill and Gal and the rest of them showed up in the series finale, that was the only thing I watched because it was connecting to the wider DCEU and how all that was going. And at that time, still high on the Snyderverse. I guess because I enjoyed Superman so much,
See,
I'm going to be watching Peacemaker season 2. One, to see exactly where all this is going. As he said, if people watch the next season of Peacemaker, they'll see where a lot of things are going. So if we want to know what's going on after Superman and where things are going, you got to kind of watch Peacemaker. So it is kind of giving you that homework type of deal if you are that invested in the universe. As I said yesterday, where I wasn't interested in Clayface, I now am because of Superman. So I guess I'll be watching Peacemaker.
I still can't say I'm interested in Clayface. It still is Clayface, and I'm still going to look at the business decision of having that on your way out. Now the budget's probably going to be down to earth, right? It's probably going to be a solid $40 million, and so they could profit off of this movie. Still, just why put energy into that when you could be doing The Flash or Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, Nightwing. There's so many more characters that we want to see actualized, like the Teen Titans, maybe.
And I completely agree with that. I mean, I've said that too. You have gods at your fingertips. Why are we, looking for Z-list characters? But the fact of the matter is, this is James Gunn. He is going to always pull from those Z and C-list characters and try to make them household names. He's a Z-list character too, right there with Sergeant Rock.
Yeah. So like, how many Z-listers? Like, okay, you got your Creature Commandos, James. Okay, now let's do that. Oh, you want a Peacemaker too? Okay, yeah, sure, got it. Now it's time for, and then he's gonna keep on coming with the, well, what about the Authority? People need to know about them. Okay, James. What else? What else you got? Like he's trying too many and going too extreme with these like underground cult heroes. You can't make Guardians everything. Sometimes you need to establish or use what is being established and take advantage of what you absorbed or what you're hired to popularize or elevate more than popularize, elevate. Wonder Woman deserves a good actress with good movies, and you're robbing us that. You went to Supergirl before Wonder Woman. That was, now she's not a Z-lister, but she's below A.
Right. Well, I'll show this too. Since you're talking about how James Gunn is pulling from Z-list characters and things like that, blah 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 blah. James Gunn has always been that person that is so weird and wants to do the things that nobody else is willing to do. And I don't agree with this, what is currently on the screen, but this is something he has recently talked about as well. He says that in an interview with The Wired, Superman director James Gunn teases possibilities of Lois Lane gaining her powers and becoming Superwoman in the DCU. She has superpowers in the comics as we speak. I think about it every time I see her with powers. In the comics, Lois Lane gained superpowers in an alternate reality in All-Star Superman 2011 by absorbing the energies of a dying Superman in Superwoman to 2016. And then they asked, would you like to see this happen? No, this is not something I want to see happen. But again, when we're talking about James Gunn and the weirdness and the things that James Gunn likes to touch on, this is right up his alley. Right up his alley, right there with Peacemaker, right there with Sergeant Rock, right there with Clayface. I mean, like I said, I agree. Gods are at your fingertips. I don't know why we keep going to these lesser characters. Although I'm saying that, I'm still where I wasn't watching any of these lesser shows before. I'm still not sold on Sergeant Rock. I will not be tuning into Sergeant Rock. But if Batman is in Clayface, like someone made the comment yesterday, please don't be a Sony. Let's put the main character. Let's not do these villains without their foes. Then I'm tuning in. But if it's, I need to see tone and everything obviously first. And if I'm going to continue on the 6 to 8 episodes, but yeah. He's doing these Z-list characters, and that's just what he wants to do.
Paul chimes in and says, because the Flash movie from last year is still fresh in people's minds, I think there's something to that. 4 years was the gap between the first Incredible Hulk movie and the next Incredible Hulk movie. So if that's the standard, we got to wait 4 years for Flash. But we would know if it was in development for, like, we knew about Supergirl 2 years ago, too. So we don't know that there's going to do a Flash or an Aquaman or Shazam or some of the characters we would expect DC to use.
Yes, maybe so. And the only reason I say maybe is because now James Gunn talks, as we know, he talks and talks and talks and doesn't always hold up on the things that he says.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's just saying stuff. So he doesn't always hold up on the things that he says. However, he did just recently, again, in another interview, say that it'll be less than 2 years before we see Superman on screen again. So I don't know if that's his timeline for all characters. If it's like, no, we don't want to do a 4-year gap in between things. We want to kind of keep it fresh, keep it moving, keep it going. So I don't know if it's going to be a 4 years before we see Flash. We may see Flash a lot sooner than we're expecting to see Flash.
But not starring in his own film.
Yeah, maybe not starring in his own film, but he may be on the screen sooner than expected.
Whoever's next should be in the next Supergirl movie. You know, just the way that she was a minor character in the Superman. During Supergirl, maybe towards the ending, you can have the next movie character show up and be like, "No, my God, you got it easy because over here, over with what I have to deal with," and it makes us at least think of the new movie.
Right. Right. I mean, well, those are some of the things that are going on with James Gunn. Again, just a kind of minor little off the top topic there. So you guys let us know what you guys are thinking. If you're interested in Clayface, you're interested in Sergeant Rock, interested in Peacemaker Season 2, are you going to watch Peacemaker Season 2? Because it's going to tell you what's going on in the future of the DCU. Let us know. But since we're currently on that DC train, you want to go ahead and pull up that Supergirl poster they released this morning?
Oh, you got to see this. Because you haven't seen it. I was
I
with
have
you
not.
when we were chatting about the show and preparing for it. Nah, you got to see this poster. So remember her attitude. What was her attitude like?
Very college girl sorority party.
Yeah. Well, while Superman was look up, hers is
Look out.
look out.
You know, the poster, and what is she doing? Leaning, drinking something? Yeah, that fits. I will say this about it. It fits what we saw her doing in when she showed up in the film. This poster kind of it fits that. It fits that sorority vibe. It gives college girl sorority party invite vibes. That's what it gives. So it's looking like, I mean, it's on par with what we saw. So
Hey, I'm covering some of the comments. It said somebody wrote that it's the top one. Literally, no one asked for this.
oh
Yet
no.
here we go. I don't know if you could say that for Supergirl. No one asked for Supergirl. No one asked for Clayface. Supergirl, there's an
Yeah.
audience. Yeah, she had 7 seasons. Let's not act like she's nothing.
Right. Right. Yeah. No one asked for Clayface. I'm still very interested in Supergirl. I said what I said yesterday about her appearance in Superman. I still stand by that, but I'm still interested in seeing this movie. She has done her homework. We've seen Millie Alcott behind the scenes and photos reading Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's a comic book I'm actually going to go and pick up and read myself, just so I know exactly what we're possibly going to be looking into when we see the film. We know that Jason Momoa is Lobo, and we've seen the behind the scenes stuff of him as Lobo, the fight scenes between him and Supergirl. So I'm excited for this film. I'm so ready for it. The poster, good first poster. Better first look than when we got our first look at Superman.
Supergirl might be more successful than Superman. This is going to be the equivalent to Wonder Woman's success compared to Man of Steel.
I could see that, and because again, he's already established Superman. People are already still, the word is still buzzing around Superman. People are still talking about it, things like that. We're going to see how the legs are going to do in its second weekend. If that conversation continues to go in Gunn's favor, people are going to be lining up to sit down to watch Supergirl, especially once we see the trailers. And if it's that same level of action that we saw and spectacle that we saw in Superman, well, then yeah, people are going to love it. And Lobo, Jason Momoa, come on.
Lawrence, Snyder fans are crying off a decade ago movie. If we hate the Snyder fans and we think that cult is a part of the internet we want to not have, don't feature them. Don't bring them up, because I wasn't going to talk about them today until this. But that's just a reminder. If you hate something, leave it alone. Let it fester, and you're only providing it oxygen when we mention it. Now, respect to people who just like Zack Snyder because he's good at his job. I'm one of those people, but I think it has gotten too far, and complaining about it just draws attention to it. Tank says starting Supergirl with the best Supergirl comic arc. I can't wait.
Yes, yeah, I need to pick it up. I have not read Woman of Tomorrow, so it was suggested to me in the comments too, and the video from yesterday to pick it up and read it. So I'm definitely going to do so.
Yeah, okay, it's fine. I would like a Static Shock more than I would like a Supergirl and Teen Titans. There's probably 10 heroes I would like more, but there's not 20 DC heroes that I would like more than Supergirl.
And, we touched on that yesterday too. The complexities that I was made aware of, thanks to Johnny Washington, from that James Gunn was talking about, having to bring Static into the DCU, I guess, is a legal issue and owning and names and rights. So I think that is something that they want to do. Again, we kind of talked about him putting emphasis on Black characters and how he's already elevated Mr. Terrific. So maybe he's really interested in that. So we'll see.
Sure.
The next thing that we can jump to on kind of just the off the top here is the Fantastic Four. So I sent you those if you want to try to pull those up so they can
I'll
hear
start
it.
with the blink twice.
Yeah, so Pedro Pascal was in an interview and he was asked if Steve Rogers, Captain America, Chris Evans was going to show up in Fantastic Four, to where he had a very funny reply.
Doomsday. Twice if he does. Wink twice if Chris Evans is popping up in Fantastic Four or Doomsday. Twice if he does. Wink once if he doesn't.
Are you speaking English or German?
Ich kann es auch auf Deutsch fahren.
You cannot understand the language.
I didn't understand a word he said.
Now he's gone blank.
I've just gone into a blackout.
Hey, good answer.
Wink twice.
I like that. That was solid. What do you mean?
Good answer. Yeah. He may be in it. We've discussed that before and things like that, but it's a good answer. Better answer than things that Tom Holland has said in the past and Mark Ruffalo has said in the past. So very good answer there. We've known that either Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans are showing up in this film, rather it be a post-credit scene or something like that. There were those pictures a couple months ago where we only saw the person's legs. They were hiding their upper body with the umbrella and towels and things as they were sneaking onto the Fantastic Four set. So a lot of people speculated, just from looking at the legs, people were like, oh, those are Chris Evans' legs. And some people are like, oh, those are Robert Downey Jr.'s legs. So we'll see exactly which one of them shows up. Again, spoilers, I know which one it is just from the post-credit scenes, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another clip that they had now yesterday on another topic that on the Fantastic Four was, do we feel like they are, well, actually after this one, do we feel like they're showing too much in these TV spots, these trailers, these clips? Where I said yesterday no, today I'm saying yes, because the clip that we'll show after this one, now we're revealing way too much. But this was the cast being asked about Doomsday, and this were the answers that they said we can expect in Doomsday.
How would you describe it in 4 words, whatever you can say at the moment?
Epic, tragic, intergalactic, starry.
Epic.
Nice.
Mental. Downey Jr.
Whoa.
How would you describe it in 4 words?
Whoa, dude. That guy was not in the promo.
Yeah.
It makes me interested, though.
Epic, tragic, all
Downey
things. Jr. Yeah. Downey Jr., mental, starry, intergalactic, all things that sound like Doomsday. We know that the heroes are going to lose in Doomsday. In order for there to be a Secret Wars, they have to fall in Doomsday. Are there going to be major deaths in Doomsday?
Oh.
I think didn't Mackie kind of touch on tragedy and death in Doomsday? I think in an interview he said something about that. So we know that some people are not going to see Secret Wars. And could it be one of your favorites? We don't know.
Okay. So I made a mistake. I thought he was talking about the Fantastic Four. He was talking about Doomsday.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, what? Downey Jr.'s in this movie? Okay.
No. Doomsday.
Well, yeah, it'll be epic. Should be epic. It'll be a crossover. They called it intergalactic. Yeah. I'm like a canon guy, so I'm not really caring so much about the Fantastic Four movie since it takes place outside of the MCU. I still enjoy Deadpool 3, right? There was a lot of jokes and still Deadpool, a character I have some investment in. But to make me care about these new characters, I don't know. It's just the promise that I know these 4 characters and their kids will be part of the MCU eventually. Probably is what's holding it for me. So it's coming with a disadvantage for me, man.
See, I'm on the opposite side. I feel like I'm already in love with the Fantastic Four, and I guess maybe that's just because of my prior love for Marvel's first family before this film, from comics and other iterations of them. I was one that was ready for this film when it was announced years ago at D23. I said, yes, finally, here we go. Let's get them in. Let's have some fun. I like Marvel's first family. I'm still excited for this film. So I feel like I'm kind of attached to him already. I like Vanessa Kirby a lot. As someone who was a big fan of The Crown on Netflix, she plays Elizabeth's sister in one of the seasons. And I really like Vanessa Kirby. I think she's great. And Pedro.
What universe is Fantastic Four in?
828. They are in the 828.
Well, Thunderbolts end credits shows us that they're part of the MCU. Yeah, I know that, but the bulk of the movie, will, from what's been advertised, will be in that world, right? In the 60s era world. They're part of the MCU world by the end of their movie, so likely we're going to see the world destroyed. Yeah, I feel you.
Well,
Plot leaker, reader.
Well, Kevin Feige said this. Don't be so sure. This is Kevin Feige's words, not mine. Don't be so sure that is the Fantastic Four in that post-credit scene in that ship.
Yeah.
Not only that, from what we know from, well, yeah, we'll see.
Don't be so sure.
Don't be so sure. Don't be so sure.
It could be the Black Panther.
Yeah, don't be so sure. The last thing, though, was a clip that they just released. Another clip. And again, this one, I feel like they're now showing too much.
Galactus asked too high a price.
Well, what does he want?
What did he ask?
He said, give us your child, and I will spare the earth.
I am not giving him up. We will face this together as a family.
We will protect you.
Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four, rated PG-13.
So do you think they gave too much because of the walking Galactus?
Well, and we got another shot of Galactus, a different, more frontal shot of him. I think that they're showing too much because of Galactus. I think the dialogue was way more than in the one from yesterday, where he says, give us your child and I will spare the earth. That's more this look here. That's giving us more of a full frontal look at Galactus, where he has been now we all know what Galactus looks like, but he's been such a mystery. We've seen shadows, we've seen like the sides, we've seen his foot, but I would have preferred hiding. Now this is very quick, whatever. I'm still going to be shocked when I see the actual, Galactus and his awe on the big screen. But I feel like, again, we're showing a lot. We're showing a lot. Maybe it's just let's get some asses in seats, but they're showing a lot.
Well, Godzilla is doing monster numbers internationally, and Superman is not. Put something giant, and some of those international audiences will want to see it.
That's true too,
bro.
That's true too. But I could be overreacting. Question is for you guys. Let us know if you guys are thinking that Fantastic Four is maybe showing too much. Have the new clips done it for you? Has it moved the needle? Are you excited for Fantastic Four? What do you think of the newest, I guess, kind of look there at Galactus and some of the other things? Pedro's answers, all of it. So let us know what you guys are thinking about Fantastic Four.
Well, Tank says, and this is a YouTuber with Spoiler Kings. Tank says, oh man, I haven't seen that clip yet. Gives way too much away with him wanting Franklin. I don't know why trailers do that right before release.
Yeah, I don't. I thought they had maybe learned their lesson when, I guess maybe Feige doesn't have a say in that. I feel like, why does he not? But maybe he does. I just don't know what I'm talking about. But he was upset during the Multiverse of Madness red carpet premiere when he said they talked about the trailer. He's like, oh yeah, that the trailers, I don't want to talk about that, showing way too much, but he was upset about that. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so are we not going to see that much in the trailers anymore? Because the Multiverse of Madness trailers, when it revealed the Illuminati, which we had heard rumors of, that was too much. So I feel like again they're doing the same thing. And we still have, the movie doesn't come out till Thursday, so we still have another week of possible clips.
Showing too much so it's going to be trash. Maybe that's not a guarantee it'll be trash. Maybe that's they're desperate. That's what this shows.
Could be.
but could be. I'm not going to shoot you down, Chris. Thank you for joining. Vontae says, I mean, I was seeing it anyway, knowing what the movie was about. This doesn't deter me, but it may deter people who know nothing about it.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Vontae. I'm like I said, I know from leaks and rumors, I know the plot and everything that's going on in this film, and I am 100% still excited to sit down and watch it. Same thing with Superman. If you guys saw when I came in last Thursday, gave the Superman review, I said if you read any of those leaks and rumors from years and months ago, it's to a T. Dot your I, cross it. It's exactly that in Superman. I still had a damn good time.
We got these back-to-back comments. Galindor, I basically know the plot of the movie now, so now this makes me less excited to watch this. Normies won't see all those clips.
And
you're right.
Too.
Yeah,
it's
who is it hurting? It's hurting that diehard who kind of is either a superhero fan or not. It's interesting.
He's right on that too. Normies won't see these clips. Normies won't see the clips. Cody, who used to be one of my Cody used to be one of my co-hosts when we first started a long time ago. I went and saw Superman with him, and because he's so out of the loop and not, in this stuff like he was originally, he didn't know shit about it. And it was just interesting. I was just like, what was the last comment we just had? Who was that from?
Michael Nemo says,
what did he say?
Normies won't see all those clips.
So yeah, that's it right there. He didn't know anything like he didn't know anything besides the trailers that he saw on commercials and things like that, or looking it up on YouTube. So yeah, you're right. Normies will not see the clips and things that we're seeing.
Multiverse of Madness wasn't trash, and they showed a lot. Yeah.
I like Multiverse of Madness. It's Wanda that does it for me, but I like Multiverse of Madness.
I read comics, and I know he wants Franklin and why he wants him, but why show it in a trailer?
I agree.
Ballerina did the same thing, showing John Wick in the trailer. Should have saved it for the movie. I disagree. I think you got to sell tickets. This is from the world of John Wick. John Wick is in it. Those of you who are invested, go check it out.
And from my understanding, I didn't see Ballerina, but from my understanding, showing John Wick didn't even help the box office, did it?
Oh, word? Okay, let's see.
I don't think Ballerina did that great.
I don't think it did that great either, from my memory. Ballerina. 2005. Oh, well, they should have called it John Wick Presents Ballerina, not just Ballerina. And yeah, that's not very good, eh? A worldwide of 131. That was not a good outing.
Yeah, I didn't think it did that good. Yeah, and then Lawrence just said he has like 15 minutes tops in the movie. So yeah, I didn't think it did that good. But
well, you don't got to do a Red Hulk where we show the fighting scenes. Just show that he appears at the end of the trailer as like kind of the last moment, and then you see him standing right next to her.
Well, yeah, that too. Anything else on there from anyone else before we move?
I don't know, but they were killing it right now with the comments.
Yeah, thank you guys. We appreciate it very much. So the next thing here before we get into the main topics is just the Odyssey. So we know that Chris Nolan is doing the Odyssey. We saw the trailer for it. If you saw Jurassic Park, it's before Jurassic Park. If you saw it leaked before you saw Sit Down in Jurassic Park, then you saw it on Twitter. I like the trailer. If you know the Odyssey, before even Chris Nolan or anything like that, huge Greek mythology fan here. Very big Greek mythology fan. The Odyssey, and that's due to a summer camp I had to go to when I was younger. It was over Greek mythology. My mom just threw me in something, and I'm glad she did because it made me a really big Greek mythology enthusiast. And so I think that the Odyssey is one of the greatest Greek stories ever told. I think it's really good, and it follows Odysseus, and there's all types of shit that happens in the Odyssey. You've got cyclopses, you've got witches, you've got all the stuff that comes with Greek mythology, and all. It's just great. It's great. So the trailer that we got, I'm assuming this is going to be from his son's perspective, who was played by Tom Holland. We've got I'm blanking on name, Punisher. Help me out.
Bernthal?
Yes, John Bernthal, who is also in it, and I believe Matt Damon is playing Odysseus. So we didn't get much. It was a lot of dialogue. There were some scenes. We saw the Trojan horse on the Trojan beach in one of the scenes and some things like that. So this is obviously after the fall of Troy. You know, Odysseus was the one that came up with the idea for the Trojan horse to give that to the Trojans, and all. It's great, bro. It's great. I'm ready to see this. However, tickets go on sale tomorrow, and the movie doesn't come out for a year. So if you are interested in seeing the Odyssey, tickets are going on sale, and that is via Variety. And let me see. Can I show that? Yeah. Or maybe not. It's not letting me add it to stage.
Oh, I got to remove mine now.
Yeah, the Odyssey IMAX tickets will go on sale a year before Christopher Nolan's epic opens in theaters. So if you are, again, wanting to go see that, tickets are going on sale July 17th, 2025, an entire year before Universal's Pictures action epic is slated to hit the big screen. But there's a caveat. Tickets will only be available at movie theaters with an IMAX 70 screens, the director's preferred format, and just for selected showtimes. Tickets for other formats and screenings are likely to go on sale much, much closer to the film's release date.
Coogler, Sinners did this. Oh, you got to see the perforations with the 70 millimeter. There's only 10 movie theaters in the world. Go check it out. And now here we got Christopher Nolan taking notes from him. That's amazing. Like, you know, you've made a mark if you're Ryan Coogler, and you should feel good about it. And I remember he said in an interview, he phoned Nolan right before, hey, how do you shoot with it? It's so loud. There's a loud camera. What is I? And they gave him tips. So now it's like they're learning from each other, which is like the ultimate sign of you've made it. So credit to Ryan Coogler there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Credit to Ryan on that. The Odyssey is one I'm definitely going to go see. It's not one I'm going to be purchasing my tickets a year in advance for. I'll be purchasing my tickets as we get closer to that date, but that's what's going on with the Odyssey.
That's such a unique way to create hype for it. He did something else where the trailers can't appear on YouTube or on your phone. You gotta see a movie, and then while you're sitting in Jurassic World, you see the Odyssey trailer. He's making it a unique experience, theatrical experience, something to talk about, because I wouldn't have mentioned it otherwise if it was just a movie trailer that happened to be on YouTube on the same day as it was featured in theaters. He's thinking outside the box, and I commend Christopher Nolan. I would say he's at the top of the game. He's number one, more than Spielberg, more than who are the legends right now? Scorsese, Spike Lee. I got my boy Christopher Nolan.
Cameron, up there with Cameron as well. Yeah, Christopher Nolan's up there. I think he's up there.
You see, because Cameron's not that active. He took like 9 years off between those Avatar movies.
He did, but he has given 2 majorly epic Avatar films.
Yeah. Okay, there's great directors, okay? Quentin Tarantino, but something about that Nolan fellow. He's been The Prestige, the Batman movies that he took
The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. I like Christopher Nolan a lot.
Interstellar, I don't.
Oppenheimer.
If Interstellar is your favorite movie, you're right. It is your favorite movie. It's awesome.
Interstellar is fucking amazing, and I have seen it a billion times, and I still can't explain that ending. I've watched YouTube videos explaining the ending, and I still can't explain the ending. It is a phenomenal film. Phenomenal.
I want to get into that rabbit hole. So, spoilers. Interstellar. They have 4-dimensional beings reach out to them to show them, oh, this is the path, right? How? That's never explained, because we see, oh, the 4-dimensional being, that's actually Matthew McConaughey's character. It's him. He reached out to Anne Hathaway when they were going through the warm.
Yeah. Yep.
But like, who reached out first? Like, they don't explain that to me. What started the loop?
Brother, you're asking the wrong one. Like I said, I've watched YouTube videos over like Interstellar ending explained, and I'm like, what? So
there's room for a sequel too. I don't know how, but you introduce new science and everything, because the world we're in right now is 4-dimensional. But seeing him try to reach out to Anne Hathaway and try to find her, that mission, I'd watch that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And, speaking of Cameron, this is not a topic we're moving into, but just to have a heads up here, the first trailer for Avatar Fire and Ash is expected to release later this month. So probably at the end of this month, we should see a trailer for James Cameron's 3rd Avatar installment.
I'm thinking July 25 is Fantastic Four. It's a Disney movie, and so is James Cameron's Avatar.
Maybe it'll show before Fantastic Four. Wouldn't that be something? So maybe.
Can anyone tell me why it feels like when I'm watching a Disney movie, most of the trailers are Disney trailers? Is that something that's baked in?
It's really, I guess so. You could say that. And one of the things is Disney's just pumping out so much material, and they own so many fucking IPs. It's like everything is being made under Disney.
No, hear me out. When I'm watching a Universal movie, I feel like I get Universal trailers. When I watch a Bloomhouse, I get a Bloomhouse trailer, A24 trailer.
Oh yeah, then I'm sure it's just our product. We want to advertise it.
Yeah, probably like the theater gets to have a selection of what trailer they put. The studio gets a couple selections, and there's probably something written in there.
Yeah. All right. We'll move here. The first thing of our main topics we'll move to is just Stranger Things. Stranger Things, for the season finale, they have finally released the season finale trailer today. I have not seen it yet. I've been waiting to see it so we can have a live reaction to it. Stranger Things is something that came out in 2016. Phenomenal. Following 11, following her friends, as we know, all the things that go on with the Upside Down, Vecna, who was revealed in the last season, everything like that. So I am very, very, very excited for this. I thought season 3 was. What season is this? Is this 4?
5?
This is season 5. Season 3 was so damn good, and I really did like season 4 a lot. But I thought season 3 was one of the best. So I'm really excited for this. We'll go ahead and give our reaction to it.
2 minutes and 36 seconds. They barely showed anything yet.
Burn commencing in 5, 4, 3.
Come on.
2. And
after what we've been through, this thing it ties us together forever.
Wherever this blood leads. I need you to fight one last time. Let's end this, kid.
Look out!
Found you.
Yep.
Yes.
That's why he said one last time.
Yes. I cannot wait. Season 4 was really good too. It was the whole thing with Max, and then Vecna being able to get his victims the way he was, and the whole music that they came up with, the graveyard scene, running up that hill, running up the hill, back on the charts that summer. Like that was Stranger Things is phenomenal, and this looks like it's going to be great. So volume 1 is November 26th, volume 2 December 25th, and volume 3 December 23rd. the cast and crew have been on record describing this as like a film, 3 different movies that we are going to be watching and diving into. David Arbor has said he has never seen so many grown men crying at different scenes and things like that. So this is going to be, I think, really epic. And I think it's going to be something, I hope they really can close this thing out with a phenomenal finale.
My favorite moment from this trailer was when they were hiding in that bathtub, or they were suspended in water. At some point, we'll see it, and like you're stuck. Like, what do you do? Do you?
Right.
You're down there to hide, but you know you can only not breathe for so long. What, 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute at the most, 2 minutes? How long can you hold your? Here it is. How long can these two hold their breath? And it's a great acting performance from them also.
Yeah, this scene that you're on here, and then if you go back a little bit to the scene of the Demogorgons walking in the what looks like the kitchen, that scene and the kitchen scene give Jurassic Park vibes from when the raptors were after them in the cafeteria. And they were stalking them, and they were holding their mouths, trying to keep their breathing quiet as they were lurking through the countertops like this. And then the water scene, even them down, holding their breath.
Yeah.
Very much Jurassic Park vibes.
Now, who says found you?
Oh, that was Vecna. Number 1. Vecna said that to, I'm assuming, 11. L. So, what's his name? Gosh, I'm blanking on his name. He plays Vecna, but he's also Jamie Campbell Bowers. Jamie Campbell Bowers plays Vecna. He said that he had to do counseling. Now, I don't know, I think Heath Ledger, when he says he had to do counseling because of the things he went through, portraying the Joker and the method acting and things like that. Jamie Campbell Bowers said he had to do the same thing for his portrayal of Vecna, that he had to go to counseling, and he doesn't know if he'll ever play a character like this again. But so I'm assuming I don't know how dark and deep Vecna is going to, because I'm not Jamie, so I don't know if I can say that I wouldn't have had to go to counseling for that role in season 4, but we'll see how scary and deep and dark the character is going to be in season 5.
Antoine, we got Linda Hamilton in this now. Is that your takeaway from it? Her? Yes. It looks like Linda Hamilton. Whoever it is a fan of he's a fan of the 80s, clearly, because that's when this takes place. 90s probably by now.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Max is still in the hospital, so we're picking up there. The team is still getting all together. Max is not in a lot of these scenes except for the hospital scene, so I'm wondering how big a role Sadie Sink is going to play in all this. I'm ready. I've been ready. Now I remember you saying you didn't really watch Stranger Things.
I thought I made it out of this segment. No, I don't know. I know 11 is played by Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, brother.
David Arbor's in it. That's it.
And didn't you say that you were going to watch season 5?
When did I say that?
I thought you said you were going to check season 5 out.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll go give it a watch.
That's crazy.
In November 21st.
That's crazy. You haven't seen shit about this show. Have you seen season 1? Anything from season 1?
I think I watched the pilot a couple years back.
Okay, so you have zero idea what's going on. You don't know who any of these characters are. You're not invested or tied emotionally. You have no anger toward anyone, no happiness or regret. You have none of those feelings.
I'll pretend like I have the feelings. I'll react to the trailer like, whoa, did you see that? And you'll be like, the demagogues. Yeah, the demagogues.
Demogorgons.
Gorgon.
Yeah, so I need you to, 1, make sure we're calling them the correct names, and then 2, you have some homework to do before November. You can't just jump into season 5. That's your same take on Invincible. That doesn't work. You can't do that.
I don't like how you guys make me want to watch stuff. Like, you make me have to watch stuff. If I will listen, I'll give it a chance. This is what I'll do. All right, I'll tune in. If I like it, I'll continue. If I don't like it, then
So you're talking about tune into season 1. If you like it, you'll continue.
I'll give season 1 a full viewing, and then if I'm like, this is boring or there's no cliffhangers, and then I won't continue.
Okay, well, you're gonna be very entertained if you start that this weekend. So it'll take your entire weekend because it is that good. Only thing I will say is whatever season she meets the other people that are or the other girl that's like her, that one's not the best, but the rest of the seasons are really good.
Is that season 2? It's boring.
Yeah, I think that's season 2. I think that's season 2. Season 2 is.
So
no, I won't say
what
it's
I
boring.
said was I'll give season 1 a chance, and then if I'm bored, and you're telling me I'm gonna be bored.
No.
Is this show even?
No. Season 2 is not like it's not as exciting as the other seasons, but there's still a lot of very important and impactful things that go on in season 2 that you have to know. Like Sadie Sink, I believe, is introduced in season 2. We know that her character, Max, it plays such an important role in season 3 and in season 4. And I believe also we're also introduced to her brother, one of the main villains of season 2, and then he goes on to make appearances in season 3 and 4. So yeah, you got to watch it. It's just slower. That's all. Just a little slower.
All right, dude.
But you guys in the comments, let us know. What do you guys think? Are you Stranger Things fans? You've been here since 2016. Have you watched all the seasons? Are you going to tune into this season? How excited are you? I'm very ready for this to be back in the conversation of everybody online so we can talk about Stranger Things. In order for you to have those conversations, you have to watch Stranger Things. So let us know what you guys are thinking.
Okay.
What is next? Voldemort. Harry
Let's
Potter.
go.
The casting for Harry Potter has been amongst the waves and titles and announcements here lately. We had our first look at Harry himself. What's the little boy's name? Last name McLaughlin, who's going to be playing Harry. We got our first look at him. We had our first look at Hagrid. We've had our first look at some of the other, like Dudley, the young actor is going to be playing Dudley, and some of the others. But this is something that they have recently just put out. This is coming from HBO, where they have said new details about Harry Potter TV series, season 1 and 2. Will each consist of 6 episodes. Both seasons will be filmed back to back, and these are going to be filmed as each book, I believe. I don't know how they're telling each book in 6 episodes, but I could be wrong on that. Season 1 and 2 could just be Sorcerer's Stone, and then they move on to do the others. But I believe it's only 7 seasons for the books, for the 7 books, I think. And then it goes on to say Voldemort has already been cast. Season 1 is set to premiere in 2027, and they are not revealing who they have cast as Voldemort. That is something that they are going to keep a secret. It says HBO has no plans of announcing his casting and want to keep him a secret until the season airs. Thoughts on who that one particular person could be? I know a lot of people are saying they want Cillian Murphy, but I don't know that that's who it's going to be.
Who's moved by star power that much? We just saw our girl Linda Hamilton in the Stranger Things trailer, and as much as cool as it was, there was a comment, but like, who really cares? I'm either a fan of the IP or not.
I don't know. I'll tell you this. I like it. I like the fact that they're hiding who. Now, is that going to be hidden until 2027? Absolutely not. When we have plot leaks for whole movies that have leaked 2 years or a year prior to the film, and you sit down in the film, it's like, hey, I read that 2 years ago. That was right. I don't know that you can keep the secret of who is playing Voldemort a secret for long. So we'll know who is going to be before 2027. But let's just say in the offhand, they do keep it a secret until 2027. I like that. I don't mind that they are hiding it. And not only that, I guess when you really look at it, does it really matter who is playing him? I mean, yes, you want a strong actor to play him, but hiding the identity when this person is going to not have a nose and going to be behind the Voldemort makeup, I don't know that that's really I don't know. It's not going to be a shock when we see the person because we're not going to recognize them anyway because they're going to be in the Voldemort makeup.
So then, who is this guy? Is this
I don't know.
is it going to be a woman? Maybe like is it going to be a comedian actor like a Jim Carrey or an Ashton Kutcher who
God,
we don't really want to see in a serious role? Someone
God,
says
no.
it's going to be a woman and probably LGBT and melanated.
I-
That's
I'll
one
tell you
reason why
what,
I
I would-
wouldn't. Sorry, go ahead. What?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I don't want to see a black guy play a villain in Harry Potter. I'd rather see like positive representation when I see people who are black. So if you're gonna do the race swap thing, damn, your race swapping just depicts someone black as a, let's root for Harry to Avada Kedavra for him. I don't want that. That's not representation.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely doesn't need to be anyone black at all.
Or LGBT.
I don't think that your preference on who you sleep with matters when it comes to Voldemort, because Voldemort's not going to be, sitting at the council table saying, okay, you're going to sleep with this person, you're going to sleep with this person. Hey, my pronouns are this, so call me that. That doesn't matter when it comes to Voldemort. I think what matters is obviously you have a good person that is acting, that has the acting chops, someone that understands the character, and somebody that can bring something as slightly different than what we saw here. Who you're sleeping with doesn't matter. Your skin color, obviously, that really doesn't even matter either because you're under prosthetics.
Yeah, I think it might have to do with the identity of the person, and being a victim to some of the online stuff.
Yeah, well, that too, but even in that, falling victim to you, so you're gonna run into idiot people no matter where you are. You're gonna run into racists. Racism is built into the DNA of this country, so we know that. But however, when I'm sitting down watching it and I turn on the screen, if I'm a bigot or something like that, and I didn't know that they casted somebody black, you don't know that when you're looking at that character because they're in prosthetics.
Yeah.
Voldemort doesn't have a fucking nose.
So is this strategy? Okay, look, we do this, we don't reveal who it is, so the bigots are gonna be up in arms, like, oh my god, they made another one black, and then when the show hits, it's white, it's just a non-binary white. Nah, that's not so bad. Is that what they're going for?
I don't know. I honestly don't think you have to. If they are thinking that way, you don't have to attach any wording like that to it. You don't have to attach LGBT. You don't have to attach non-binary. You don't have to attach race or skin color. This is a character, once again, who does not have a nose, who is a magical wizard person, who comes from a mythical world, who is reincarnated, basically. It doesn't matter. None of those tags, none of those attachment words matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's Voldemort.
Okay, then how about this?
The acting chops are good.
There's a actor named Johnny Depp, 60 years old, has some legal troubles. Maybe the further away we get from the legal troubles, the better it is that we got Johnny Depp. So let's not reveal that it's Johnny Depp. Ezra Miller, possibly. Like whoever this was casted might need a couple years in the out of the limelight. So this will be helpful for Jonathan Majors. He's got trouble. There's people who hate him. What if he was cast as Voldemort?
He'd be one big ass Voldemort, but hey. Hey, I mean, if you can make him look like this image here, then sure. Yeah. This is what it needs to look. I mean, again, this is Voldemort. When you look at this, I know who the actor is, but if you don't know who the actor is under this, you don't pay attention to movies, you don't know who the fuck this is. You have no idea who this is.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as this is the image, or it's close to this, it's fine. Again, the actor just needs to understand the character and have the acting chops to come in and act opposite Dumbledore, act opposite Snape, and definitely act opposite of Harry.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. Let's get into these.
Yeah, go ahead. Super chats.
Take your money. Michael Nemo. Voldemort is irreal.
And you want to know, and I'm not saying this to be facetious or anything like that, Arrivo he could fit the mold face-wise of Voldemort. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm trying to be mean. I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm not saying she's anything like that. I'm just saying, like, she fits that mold.
Thank you, Michael. One more.
You hate her being so tight. I make my money, man, without the coca. Living la vida without the loca.
Yes, unlike Riri Williams, we make our money, man, without the coca. Darius, they'll send a message to Rowling by casting Voldemort as trans.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother can, a whole nother hole to dive down when talking about Rowling and her
tweets.
Right. Yeah.
She said something recently because the Snape actor Papa said something, and then she hit him with the actors are allowed to have their own opinion. I don't care. So she's like navigating those waters, like, please don't bring that up here. We had it for the video game. Let's not do it for the TV show.
Yeah. That's why I said yesterday they're not going to mention the African school that's supposedly older than Hogwarts in the series or anything like that. None of that stuff's going to be mentioned. It's mentioned in Legacy. I didn't play the game. I only know that from people that in the chats that's played the game.
How about this? There's a fourth school in the Tri-Wizard tournament. It's the Quadro Wizards tournament, and that school gets represented. So,
okay, but see, even in the Tri-Wizard tournament, why the fuck weren't they mentioned? Why weren't they there?
They didn't exist then.
So, okay. So the Hogwarts Black School was invented with Legacy.
Yeah, it wasn't invented in if any of the books that I've read.
Well,
if it was, it was probably during the Quidditch World Cup, and they said this team's from there and that country's from there. Like maybe it was mentioned. So forgive me. It's been a long time, and I was younger when I read it. But for the sake of re-envisioning the Harry Potter franchise, I don't want to see story beats that the movies already took care of. We don't need a Cedric Diggory. Say that Harry won representing Hogwarts. Say that, just bring the age limit down so that Harry could qualify. Yes, it would be changing the books, but still, you bring it down. And then you make the fourth school member of the African school that we're talking about, make that have a champion. He could die and get killed by Voldemort at the ending instead of Cedric Diggory.
Are you talking about in the series changing that and making that happen? No.
Yes. No, you got to change some things. I don't want to see everything exactly how it went.
Brother, they are doing the books and happened that way in the books.
You can keep things still 70% accurate to the books and switch a little things up. Create a brand new student in the school so that I can be invested. Like Daryl in Walking Dead. Daryl. He wasn't a book. He was a for the show character, and we like him.
Maybe. Have you seen How to Train Your Dragon?
Yes.
The live action and cartoon?
No.
Just the cartoon. The live action, as I've said before when I talked about it on the stream, it is a beat for beat, one for one, frame for frame. There's like a scene or two missing from the animation to the live action. And that live action crossed over. It goes on digital today, but it did major numbers. I forget exactly what the numbers are offhand, but it major numbers, and it is just a one for one. And I have always said I like the fact when we take animations and we do exactly what was done in the animation in live action, because when we don't, you get what we got in Lilo and Stitch, you get what we've gotten in some of these other Disney live action films or whatever. I think when you keep it close and stay true to the source material, and you stay true to, even though we've already seen that in the movies, this was the complaint when they said they were doing the series on HBO Max. I was like, well, why? We've got 9 movies already. The difference is they are going to do more from the books that they weren't able to do in the movies. And I don't think adding people and scenes and deaths that didn't happen or changing things like that, I don't want to see that in the series.
You know what? When we get to the 7th book, they split it into 2 movies, so they did cover lots of material from book. That's when we can get experimental towards the ending.
Maybe.
People / diehard fans want the books on screen. They're still showing up and clicking play on their HBO Max every single Sunday.
Yes. but it's not the book they read.
Jabari says, let Arivo be Voldemort instead of Storm. She needs to stay busy.
That's funny. Good morning, planet.
Look up the Key and Peele Wizard School. I remember that. That game is so good, Darius. You got to play it.
I do. I just got a PS5, so I do.
They're remaking this frame for frame, which is why it will fail. It's Rings of Power Mark II.
Huh. Maybe. Like I said, How to Train Your Dragon didn't fail. You made true fans of the original animation happy because you didn't go in and insert your own agenda or say, like the Lilo and Stitch director, well, when we were making Lilo and Stitch the live action, we looked at Jumba and we just couldn't make it work. How the fuck couldn't you make it work and it worked in the animation?
You're already animating Stitch. Let's do Jumba.
Yeah, so... Or Captain Gantu, sorry, not Jumba. Captain Gantu. That's why Gantu's not in the movie. They're like, well, we just couldn't figure out how to make him work.
That's the twig, skinny little
no,
yellow?
the big shark that's after Stitch.
With 4 eyes? No.
No, Gantu's only
I
got
don't
2
remember,
eyes.
man. I don't remember these names. I didn't watch Lilo and Stitch remake either.
That was good. Besides the fuck Ohana, it was good. The things that were 1 for 1 from the film were good. The opening is literally the opening of the animation. It's great. Minus Gantu. Zach Galifianakis as Jumba is nightmare fueling, but the film is fun. I think it crossed a bill.
Good.
But see, it crossed a bill, and that's fun. That's great for the film. But it also signaled to Disney, hey, they liked what we did. No, go online, you'll see everybody hated the fuck Ohana. Everybody hated the changes that you made. We liked the film, blah blah blah. But there were the changes and things that you guys did just were not it. Not it at all.
Lilo and Stitch, 995 million. I think it'll get that extra 5 million. I think so, because the last weekend, what do they do? Ooh, no, it's getting tight. And they're only grossing 400. Now they'll make it. They'll cross it because the worldwide box office, they're good.
Yeah.
They won't take it out of theaters until they cross that 1 billion. You know these studios.
Yeah, no, they're trying to hit that bill. And that's like How to Train Your Dragon. They didn't hit a bill, but it was so successful in what they were trying to do. They are going to, they've already started doing filming the second one. Same director from the animation is still doing the second one as well.
Oh, this one got 562.
Which for it is not bad. It's not bad. I think that was a success for them. What was the budget?
That was my next question. How to Train Your Dragon budget 2025 live action. It says 150 million. Yeah, that's profitable.
I liked the movie. I was very happy with it. Chill Spot said, do you think that they had left Gantu out to avoid scaring kids? I don't know. I don't know. They could have made him look fun, and I don't want to say fun, but they could have made it work. Maybe that is a point. Maybe they drew up some sketches and everything looked too horror. I don't know. It is a giant walking shark.
Sure. How to Train Your Dragon is already out digital. I think that was way too fast. Damn.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty quick as well. It comes out today though. I thought it was pretty quick as well.
Is that Universal? Who did How to Train Your Dragon? They're not smart.
That's not Universal. DreamWorks. DreamWorks. And now, this is not. I know we're kind of going off the rails here. DreamWorks, because of the success of How to Train Your Dragon, they are now wanting to do live actions for all of their animated films as well. So we're talking Madagascar. That doesn't work to me. I don't know that Madagascar, actually, I take that back. Maybe Madagascar does work. Maybe Madagascar could work. I mean,
Penguins, King Julian, you could do it.
Yeah, maybe Madagascar works. The one that does not work that they put on their list was the Prince of Egypt. Do not touch the Prince of Egypt. Prince of Egypt is one of the greatest fucking masterous pieces of cartoon animate. It's great. It's fantastic. You cannot replicate that.
That's why you do. That's why you try, because it was so good.
No, it's gonna be disastrous. Don't they basically have that with that movie with who plays Batman? American Psycho.
I don't know who plays it. Val Kilmer.
No, Dark Knight.
Robert Pattinson.
Dark Knight.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Thank you. Blanking on names today. Didn't they do that with Christian Bale already, where he played Moses or played Ramesses or whatever? And that movie was awful because everybody was white.
They don't do that anymore. They'll get it like a person from Egypt. I hear that's even controversial though, because during that time, when you look at the hieroglyphics, many of the people were darker skinned, and they were from where Sudan was, up the Nile, and they made their way to where Egypt is right now.
So were you saying that in the animation it was controversial from the hieroglyphics in it?
I mean to say today, when Egyptian projects are being made, the casting is always a discussion, and they'll get Egyptian historians to say, "This is our history. We got to do it," and then you'll get.
I was watching this. I'm not to cut you off. I was watching this Egyptian historian. That's because them Egyptians don't want to be tied to being black in Africa. Regardless of what you are being told, regardless of what these archaeologists and diggers are trying to tell you about these pharaohs, Egypt is in Africa. They were black. All right. They was niggas. They was black. They weren't anything other than that. They were black.
It's very easy for me to believe that there was civilization that began with the upper lands, so like where Ethiopia is. Then they follow the river, which flowed this direction up north, and people started living where Sudan is right now. And then people from there kept going down the river, going to where Egypt is right now. Like, that's not hard to believe. It's very simple.
It's not hard to believe, but they can't wrap their minds around black folks created one of the 8 wonders of the world. We can't figure out how black folks did these magnificent structures and pyramids and had this amazing culture and everything like that. We can't figure that out. So, of course, since we can't figure out, they couldn't be black. Couldn't be black. So now we got to throw aliens in. Aliens helped pyramids and all that type of shit. Yeah, we just can't accept that these motherfuckers was black. They was black.
And yes, there are Arabs who sometime in the last 3,000 years have traveled west towards Egypt. There's people from Greece and Italy, I should say Rome instead, who have traveled and mixed, and the skin of the people who live in Egypt right now, many of them, is lighter. But that is not representative of, when those pyramids were built thousands and thousands of years ago.
Yeah, just accept it. Black folks built the pyramids. Black folks was kings and queens, not just in Egypt, but every other places in Africa as well. I mean, I know that that's hard to wrap your brains around. I know they like to tell you when they found our people, we was scratching ass and picking cotton. No, sorry. No.
See, the Mali Empire is something that Ryan Coogler and Michael B. were talking about adapting for a movie. I think that's a TV show, bro. I think there's so much more knowledge you can put inside a TV show.
I agree, because you get to expand so much more on time and, week to week things. Yeah, I agree. But anyway, completely derailed. What was the next thing on our we did
Here, let's do this.
Homeboy, man up. I'm a real get money, ball stand up. You see it with the kid. You know what it is.
Burr. Michael Nemo, he says, "You ready for live action Toy Story?" I am not ready for live action Toy Story because animated Toy Story isn't finished its run. I know Little Mermaid was done, Lion King was done, but there's still some more to go. And Pixar hasn't been reimagined yet. Not yet. None of the Pixars. No Bugs Life, no Cars, none of it.
I think you keep it that way. You can't do you can do a live action Bugs Life if you do it, and I've said this, and I know some people disagree with me before. I'm going to just share this really quick. I think if you're going to do live action, even with Lion King, this is what it should look like. And some people are like, well, that's not really live action. I think it was Marcus that said, well, that's not really live action. Hold on. Let me find it. This is better to me.
Yeah, it was better. Look how animated Simba's face kind of looks.
Yeah, this is better to me. So if I'm thinking, okay, oops, I was not trying to do that. Let me try to pull up look at Rafinki. I mean, it's still, I guess you could still say, I know some people are saying that's still animation, but so
such a difference.
So if you do Bugs Life, to me, the only way a Bugs Life works is if you do it in this to the right, that type of frame. You can't do Bugs Life with real ants like that. I don't think that works.
Man, I want to see this movie on the right so badly.
Black Claw said Pixar has said they forbade live action remakes of their films. Good for them.
Put their foot down. They said, nope, no turning red. You're not going to get Up. You don't get Wall-E, Ratatouille, Encanto, all of it.
Good for them. I'm not against it because Cars wouldn't work live action.
The eyes are supposed to be the windshields, right?
Yeah, that wouldn't work. So yeah. They
could be Finding Nemo. Sorry, who cares? Go ahead.
Again, if it's like the picture on that right, yeah, but real fish, just no. I don't like Lion King. All right, I'm not a fan of their remake of Lion King. I love the opening. It's brilliant, but I hate the changes. And I just am not a fan of it that much, really. I'm not. Do we have another super?
Maybe.
Is that it?
But I'm on another page right now. Hold up. Sorry. No, we don't have another super.
Okay. We have the last thing there, which was Doomsday.
You want to get straight into the Doomsday plot leaks?
No. Sorry. We had Coogler. We've got Mr. Coogler. Sorry. My fault. All right. So James Gunn, again, is doing a lot of interviews, obviously, because Superman is in theaters and he's doing his press runs. He's having a lot of sit downs, a lot of interviews. He did a recent interview where he was talking about how he spoke with Ryan Coogler. He didn't go into the details of what he spoke to Ryan Coogler on the phone about, but he was talking about, I guess they had spoken about the premiere of Black Panther, and he was talking about the experience and how he remembered the experience and things like that. But before talking about that, there was obviously a reason for Gunn to call Coogler. Maybe it was the reason that Nolan talked with Coogler. It's like, hey, I'm going to be shooting a film in this type of format. I need to know how to use it, blah, blah, blah. However, that is not what online speculation is. Online speculation is leading to, did Gunn reach out to Coogler to helm a DC film, to direct a DC film and possibly, it being a Black character? A lot of people have had a lot of different opinions about that. But before we get into that, we will go ahead and listen to exactly what James Gunn said there. If you push that arrow, it should go to him.
The other day, and I was like, we were talking about how great the Black Panther premiere was. And I was like, yeah, I said, and I was with all his friends who weren't there at the time. And I said, yeah, I know this isn't the way it happened, but the way in my memory it happened was that people were so happy that they were literally doing, somersaults and flipping around in the aisle.
Sure.
That's really what I remember. That's not true. Wow. Yeah. It's like I remember the vibe, and then I remember I visually turn it into something else. And totally aside, I was talking to Ryan Coogler the other day, and I was like, we were talking about how great the Black Panther premiere was.
Should I go to the next arrow?
Yeah, what is the next arrow? I think it's just the tweet. Yeah. That James Gunn, reached out. So, however, a lot of people are thinking that could possibly be, again, for the conversation that took place before talking about the Black Panther premiere and how James Gunn remembered it. Hey Ryan, I've got this icon project. Hey Ryan, we've got some complexities over here with static, but once we're done with it, or hey Ryan, we've got a rocket project we're doing. Would you be interested? You know, anything. So I know we like to throw stones and tomatoes at Coogler for what he did in his decision.
Who, me? No, not me.
His decision making with the Black Panther franchise, and I stand on that, and I will continue to stand on that. However, that does not make me dislike this man, because I remember saying at the very beginning, when we didn't really know what Sinners was, when the rumors came out that he was doing the vampire film, and the rumors swirled around that it was going to involve the KKK, which it did, but not in the way that the rumors were saying that it was. Well, I remember saying that I was excited for the Sinners film. I was like, hey, this sounds exciting. This sounds good. And some people were like, no, it's Coogler. We're banned. I'm not one that is upset with Coogler outside the Black Panther franchise. Now, when it comes to Black Panther, I want him to fuck off. When it comes to something else, that's fine. If he can pick up something else and I can really enjoy it, everyone seems to really enjoy Sinners. People saw it 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. People were defending it to their last day, dying will on Twitter. People were telling me that I didn't really experience it the way I should have experienced it because I didn't enjoy it as much as everybody else. So people really do like Ryan Coogler. People are going to show up for Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler has a name. He has not just done Black Panther. He's done Fruitvale Station. He's done all the Creed films. He's working on, or he just did Sinners. He's working on Black Panther 3,
X-Files.
X-Files. People outside of the recast nation really do seem to still like and have some type of fondness for him in the Black Panther franchise. However, in the DC world, he could probably really pop off with something if given the right character, the right story. I don't dislike Ryan as a director. I think he's a great director. He's a very good director. He's making a name for himself. Like we mentioned earlier, you mentioned having Christopher Nolan call you and ask you for advice, having conversations with Nolan. I mean, these are two that let you know that he's in a different conversation than he once was. So Ryan Coogler is a good director. I just want him away from the Black Panther franchise. So maybe in this he could be great.
I want to read some of these comments because they asked, what would he direct? So someone says Martian Manhunter. Someone says I'm going with option E. Say that again.
I wouldn't dislike that either because we're all in agreement. John is, I mean, he's a Martian, but he is black, correct? I mean, he takes on when he takes on the persona of whoever he is. When he's John, not John, but when he's John, he's a black man, right? Am I wrong?
Is he? Yeah, and it's complicated, but like, I don't want black representation to be the Martian or the guy who transforms his face.
Oh, I agree with that.
Part of the reason for the representation is to normalize someone's appearance whose skin is dark. So part of it is to be on screen with your normal skin for a majority of the movie. And if he's green for half of it, like, that's a problem. Princess Tiana was green for half of her movie, and that was a problem with me. So I wouldn't do Martian Manhunter. I also would hate for a black actor to satisfy that and the studio to go, see, we have a black superhero. No, you weren't going to do that many. You were going to keep it to 11%. I know that. We know that's your policy, WB. So for it to be wasted on an alien, it's just, that's why I'm not rooting for it. But what you said is true. Comic book wise, TV show wise, he has changed himself to depict himself as a black man. I just don't want it.
And I agree with the representation aspect. Now, this drew my attention away because this is I don't know how much everybody knows. Again, this was not something Ryan Coogler was told to do. Ryan Coogler was Disney nor Marvel set Ryan Coogler down at a table and told him, hey, for Black Panther 2, you have to kill T'Challa morbidly the way that your friend died. No, Kevin Feige and Marvel went to Coogler and Nate Moore and told them both, it's your decision to do with this character moving forward what you want to do with this character. Our hands are off. So within seconds or minutes or whatever it was that Nate Moore said, they decided we are not going to recast this character. This is not some falsified information. I'm not pulling this out of my ass or out of the air. These are on record conversations that you can pull up online. Here it is.
To you moving forward. And what is it like having to balance loyalty to the future of that franchise, that character, and of Wakanda?
Yeah. It's a great question. I will say the chances that you see T'Challa in our, I'm not hedging my bets. I'm being quite honest. T'Challa you will not see T'Challa in the MCU 616 universe. We couldn't do it. I mean, I will say when Chad passed, it was a real conversation we had with Coogler about what do we do, and it was a fast conversation. It wasn't weeks; it was minutes of we have to figure out how to move this franchise on without that character.
Right. Not weeks. It was minutes that they decided we have to find a way to move on with this franchise without the franchise's main character. This was not a Marvel decision. This was not a Disney decision. This was a Ryan Coogler and Nate Moore decision. So again, when I speak about Ryan Coogler, when it comes to the Black Panther franchise, as I said earlier, with disrespect, he can fuck off. But when it comes to anything else that he wants to get his hands on, if it's in this new universe of DC, sure.
Some more comments from this Instagram saying Martian Manhunter, wherever Ryan goes, Michael goes, probably. Unequivocally static. Matter of fact, give him the whole Milestone catalog. I'd like that. But again, it's not DC. Milestone is a separate company.
That's true.
Why would he need to leave and not get money from both? Because it's a time-consuming 2-year process. One, why are you suggesting black characters? We need a Nightwing movie. Static Shock, without a doubt. James Gunn was collecting
Somebody
money.
said, why are you suggesting black characters?
Yeah, that was from Moxie Black Fiddle.
I mean, I agree. He doesn't necessarily have to do a black character, but I mean, I guess we would want him to do a black character for, the sake of having someone skin folk doing a black character. But I agree, he doesn't have to be pigeonholed to a black character. What's stopping him from doing a white character?
Yeah, I'm sure that's happening in X-Files. James Gunn was collecting money from both companies, Guardians and Suicide Squad, so Ryan can too. Yep. I don't see any other suggestions of characters. They need to let Ryan be in charge of making movies for the Dakotaverse characters. And then 4 replies. What is the Dakotaverse? It's the name of the universe of Milestone characters. Oh, that was helpful. Usually people get in fights.
Somebody at the top said, what do you mean leave? He's not under contract. He's definitely under contract.
For the 3rd Black Panther, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, even if he's not under contract, if he's not doing Marvel anymore, he is leaving. You can use it that way.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm not against him doing anything over at DC. I'm sure James Gunn is reaching out to people that he feels are talented and that can help elevate his universe. And we saw what the first Black Panther film was. We saw the phenomenon that it was. So who's to say that you can't? Again, we saw the phenomenon even with Mr. Terrific, and that was just in a cameo role. So imagine a film catered to a black hero. Once again, you have I talked about it so much during the run toward Wakanda Forever, and even after Wakanda Forever. It's the power of the black dollar. Is that so underestimated in situations when there is something that the black community really wants to show up and show out for, especially when it's supporting something of our own that we really want to see thrive. The black dollar is going to show up every time. That's where you got that $1.3 billion from the Black Panther film.
I thought you were going to go with Sinners.
And Sinners as well. That's another example.
365.
That is
You know what's
another
crazy
example.
about Sinners is that the drop off from Sunday to Monday, Sunday to Monday was minus 36%. But if I show you the weekend drop off, they made 48 million the first weekend, and then they made 45 million on the second weekend. They only dropped minus 4%. I don't think Superman is going to have that luck. If I go to Superman's numbers, their Sunday to Monday drop, it was a 58% drop, man. They went from 31 million to 12 million. And this is domestic numbers. It's so unfortunate that, we're 4 days in. maybe there'll be an unprecedented huge Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and it'll be fine. But this thing is underperforming my expectations. It'll probably break even and make profit. Yes, the sales of the toys will be fine, but I'm looking at 232 and I'm like, damn, it should be more than that. Jurassic was at 300 at this time.
Yeah, but we knew what them dinosaurs were going to do.
Mm.
We knew what Jurassic Park was going to do. Superman, I think it was good shit. I liked it a lot. Let's see it again.
Torian says, what's up? Chill, Darius and chat. Off topic, but Mortal Kombat 2 trailer releases tomorrow, and they have released the first official poster for Supergirl. We did the poster, but not Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat we'll cover tomorrow. We'll be live.
I did see the poster. Mortal Kombat, that's with, again, I'm blanking on names today. Carl Urban? Why did I say Carl Urban? Why did I say Carl Urban?
Maybe an afternoon report, maybe, when we get settled.
What's his name? From The Boys.
Anthony Starr.
Oh, yeah, Carl Urban. Okay, I was right. Thank you. It is Carl Urban. Yeah, with Carl Urban. That's with Mortal Kombat trailer with him tomorrow.
Sick.
Now, yes, obviously, let us know what you guys are thinking about Ryan Coogler. Would you like to see Ryan Coogler directing something over at DC if that's what James Gunn contacted him about? And if so, throw in some characters that you wouldn't mind seeing him seeing him direct. All right, what is the next thing?
I want to take it to the which was better. I want to take it to the last time we're here, we were talking about Prince Zuko and Prince Vegeta, who had the better redemption arc. Darius gave us, I think he said Zuko. I was more so Team Vegeta. Before we give our opinions, though, we're gonna listen to you. So here we go. Chat, light it up.
I'll be the best you ever had.
We have two Aunt Mays, one from the Sam Raimi movies, one from the John Watts Marvel movies. Who was your Aunt May of choice? Let us know in the live chat. We'll give you a couple seconds to answer that. Let's talk about their stats, okay? They all had 3 movies, okay? One stayed alive for the full one. The other one didn't make it to the end. One is prettier than the other one, right? A younger Aunt May and older Aunt May. Who loved their Peter more?
Who was a better Aunt May? Are we supposed to give our opinions now?
You can't choose. You just gotta say what their stats are. Like, give me the qualities of the first Aunt May, the one that happened with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
She was nurturing.
Yes.
She
had balls. She told Norman Osborn, "No, you didn't say grace." Remember?
She was feisty. She gave good advice. I don't know if that falls under nurturing. She gave good advice. I mean, the first Aunt May.
Her name was Rosemary Harris. Is she still alive?
She also not only did she do the moment with Norman Osborn, she also hit Dr. Ock in the face with her umbrella when he was going to stab Spider-Man. She said, "Shame," and then boom, hit him across the face. Dr. Teddy McLevin said good parenting skills. I guess that, yeah, nurturing as well. I don't know on the first Aunt May. I would say that's it. I know there were times where I felt she was like very. Was that in the first one that where she stopped talking to Peter? Oh, yes. It was after he told her the truth, after he told her that he was there that night.
Yeah.
That Uncle Ben died and she stopped talking to him and things like that.
She had more character arc than the other one. The other one was, I'm dating Happy Hogan and now I'm not.
Yeah, she had more moments. She had more growth. Cornelia says she could cook pies. And yes, to your question earlier, Cornelia, yes, this is daily now. Daily show, morning report. That's all I can give.
With the younger Aunt May, she was involved more in his superhero-ness. Like, she even called it the Peter Tingle, right? She played a part. She was cool with him being Spider-Man.
She coordinated charities for him.
Yes, the other one didn't. So the
not
young
charities.
Aunt May has some. You know, if you like looking at Marissa Tomei, also, she was cool. Her villain moments though, nah, she's not been as bold with the villains the way that the old Aunt May has been. This is a tough one. So get
I
it
don't
in.
know.
Old or young?
She might have been with some of with them. She did pick up. She was the one that stabbed Goblin. She ran by Goblin and stabbed the serum into him, although it didn't work. She still did that. And then I believe she picked something up too, as if she was going to hit him with it before he did the whole beam, 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 the glider into her back. Which they should have been more ballsy on that glider scene and actually shown those going through her. Does that make it rated R if you do that?
Yeah, it would.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Who did Peter respect more? Because he called her May in that movie with the young movie, but Tobey Maguire referred to her as Aunt May every time.
I don't think that would be me or be more of a disrespect thing. I think that's more so the age difference in the Mays. She was a more laid back May. She was the cool aunt. She probably didn't want to be called Aunt May. You know, some like I know somebody that doesn't want to be called grandma. It's called Grand Diva, you know? So some people don't want to be called by those things. So she probably just was like, no, I'm May. You call me May.
You're right. Okay. That's not an actual criticism. We can't use that. Old May, but the new Aunt May's death was a heartbreaker. Never saw it coming. Old May. Young May. Old Aunt May. The Aunt May with the recent one is a MILF. She went, okay, young May. Really? Tomei still makes my Peter tingle? Yeah, she said it.
Who said that?
May's not me. That's the old May.
That was a good one.
Green Goblin, finish it. We get better moments with older Aunt May. I think older Aunt May is winning. Older Aunt May was more wise, and I get more of a mother vibe from her. Good parenting skills. She fought back. Old Aunt May has more depth. That's not to say the MCU May was bad. Yeah, I know. I don't know how old the old Aunt May. She didn't die. Yeah, she's 97. I just checked. Damn, the first Aunt May was like a grandma. Old May could cook them pies. She wins. Aunt May in the Miles universe films is the best.
I don't remember her.
So everyone wants to be original. Yeah, she knew about Peter, and she like had the shed had a underground layer.
Yeah, Buck.
Where
he said, "Finish it." That shit is funny.
How is this even a question? The MCU is the best. Hotter, better actor, meaningful impact for hotter. It's Marissa Tomei. You can unofficially make the Joe Pesci Uncle Ben. Oh yeah, my cousin Vinny. Yeah.
Oh
Fun.
yeah.
Young Ma is an airhead. Young May is an airhead. She tried to fight old Aunt. No, the olds have it. The olds. Raptor Cloak says we saw a Goblin impaled through the nads in the first Spider-Man, and it wasn't rated R.
That's true. That's true. So they should have went ballsier with it and stabbed, and we should have seen that because it really looks like she just got hit by it. And another, just never mind. I don't want to derail.
I'll pick young Aunt May, even though the chat is against me. I'm not trying to be an edgelord and go against the grain. I just preferred the younger one each time I saw her.
I think I'm gonna go old Aunt May. I feel like she had way more moments with Peter where she was, guiding, instructing, being there for him. I think particular the conversation in the first one that she had with him during either it was a garage sale or she was cleaning out her garage or whatever, and she was like, where's Spider-Man been? He misses. I think I don't know if she knew he was Spider-Man. I don't know. But in that scene, she gives off like, because the little boy that's helping, she's like, he misses Spider-Man. There's a hero in all of us. And that's the whole conversation that they have, where he's like, you know what? I'm going to go back to being Spider-Man.
You're not Superman,
Yeah, you're not Superman, Yeah. Old May.
Yeah. That was fun. Which is better? Coming to you to a stream near you. We'll try to do that as often as possible. Play with you guys. Let's get into a super.
Everybody hate who we just call them fans though. In love with the money, I ain't never letting go.
And I get high with Michael Nemo. As far as I know, Jones was a white private eye or cop in the 50s. He wasn't black until they cast Isaiah Bradley Carl Lumbly in animation. Who's Jones?
John.
Oh, we're talking about the Martian Manhunter, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then that makes it a race swap. They just changed it in the new 52 or whenever it was that they decided he's going to be black now.
John. Yep.
If it's not lasting representation, Chillmonger will not qualify it. I don't want it.
There's another one, or is that the only?
That was the only one.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's move to Doomsday.
Coogler. There was one more thing before we get into the plot leaks. Zelda.
Oh yeah, Zelda. That is right.
We can't just jump into the plot leaks just yet. Because
Zelda.
there's been a new casting rumor on Discussing Film. It says Benjamin Evan Ainsworth has been cast as Link in the live-action Legend of Zelda movie.
Not what everybody was thinking. I know a lot of people were thinking they were going to cast, what's her name from Euphoria as Link.
Sydney Sweeney?
Zelda. No, not Sydney Sweeney. Euphoria. She is in Euphoria, is she not? No, the Schaefer girl. Hunter Schaffer, something. The girl that they want as Mystique in the MCU.
I don't watch Euphoria, so yeah.
You missed out. It's I don't know what this third season's going to be, but boy, that first season was a ride. Yeah, they want her as you know who I'm talking about. You find her, Hunter?
I opened it on the side. Yeah.
So it's not, I guess, not her as Zelda, but
Hunter Schaefer.
Yeah.
It says, is Hunter LGBT? 7th grade Schaefer came out to her parents as a gay boy.
Yes.
Oh, you can't even see the screen. Hold up.
Oh, we can see it. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's saying she'd be they want her as Mystique. Now, as far as the other two that have been cast as Link and Zelda, I agree with some of them I'm seeing in the comments. It looks like decent casting to me, and they are unknown. I think that works. I think for me, when you're doing films like this, even the superhero films, I think it's better to go for the unknowns.
Yes.
I think it's better to go for the unknowns.
We're there for Zelda, Mario. We're there for Sonic. Who cares who's the voice actor? Yeah, it was good to have Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. So maybe I can always justify one major Hollywood star who's known on one of these projects. Just do one. But everyone else, you can make them the stars.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, I think the casting looks decent. They've been talking about doing this film for a while, so I think it looks decent. Now, are they going to do the Mario animated one as well? Because from my understanding, I thought the whole Mario universe was going to be like all of it, like Smash Bros.
I don't think they should have a cinematic universe.
Really?
I think they should. No, I think every single one of these movies should be separate. And then, Donkey Kong and Mario can interact. That's fine. But other than that, then one day You get the master hand, and he plucks you from you, and we just have a big movie. You know, they don't. Not everyone needs to be from the same universe.
That's fine. I'm good with that too. I'm very good with that because I'm good with a Smash Bros. Movies where the hand comes in. And it's like blah blah blah. You got Metroid, Star Fox, everybody there. Yeah.
Pikachu.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope. I'd watch that 1,000 times. That'd be dope. Smash Bros was my shit, so yeah, that'd be really fun.
Who would be that guy who's like in the shadows and like he walks up and he's like, "I hear there's a meeting." Yeah, which Nintendo character represents that? That's Star Fox.
Yeah, Star Fox.
All the heroes thought that this is all of us, right? And then a spaceship just comes in, and it's Star Fox, and he just plays with his gun. I hear that there is a fight. Yeah, I'm here to smash.
I don't know what's going on in the comments. There's something about biscuits and honey and shafters. I don't know.
What about the butter spread?
Yeah, there's some things going on in the comments. Ugh. Okay.
Well, good. We're good to go. If you are not here for Doomsday plot leaks,
thoughts on Zelda? Thoughts on Link? Not much to go off of other than, hey, we've got casting. We don't know what it's exactly going to be about right now, but we've got the casting. I'm sure there's going to be some plot things that come out soon, but it's out there. So let us know what you guys are thinking down below about that as well. Now, before we get into this next segment, I want to issue a spoiler warning. Now, it could be a big crock of shit because this film doesn't come out until 2027, and things are always subject to change. Last we heard, Marvel doesn't even have a third act written currently for Doomsday. So this could be some shit. Take it with a grain of salt. This is coming from some scoopers out there, and they are saying that this is the plot leak for Doomsday Day. With Robert Downey Jr. and co-stars.
You're not opening it, should I?
Oh, if you would. Sorry. I thought you were opening it. Yes, the one on Reddit. It's on Reddit.
Yeah.
Now, again, grain of salt. We don't know. Ew, your Reddit is, I guess I've become, because everything, my phone, my computer, everything is dark mode, my Twitter.
Oh.
When I see white, it repulses me.
Dark mode. How do you get to dark mode? I can't do it.
Oh, I'm joking. You don't have to.
Okay.
Change it to dark mode.
Maybe I can enlarge the fonts. Does that help? No, because then it'll just make the thing on the right. Oh, I can move us to the right. Best I can get you.
No, that's good. That's good. All right.
You know what we should do also? We should introduce it like it's a topic. Like, you're gonna clip this, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so just start it over like, yeah, you're watching,
Right. All right, so this is what we've got here. This is the leaks
Start over. You started.
I already did it good the first time.
No, we didn't. I was looking for the link and all that. There was too much commotion. Just start it over.
Oh my lord!
I'm not wrong on this. You know how the first 30 seconds of your video.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just very scripted in a live setting right now. But
they get to see this. They're fine. I'm not mad. Look, they're laughing at us. Ha ha ha.
I don't know. They're laughing.
I don't know why you're laughing, Spoiler Kings. You do the same thing. They'll be like, "What's up? It's a Tank. It's Brendan, and it's Brian." Like, you guys do the same thing.
My lord. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let me see if I can fake this shit. Okay. All right, guys. I'm joking. I'm not doing that.
I was gonna play along too.
All right, everybody. As always, when we talk about leaks and spoilers and things like that, take it with a massive grain of salt because we don't know if any of this is true. This could all be a crock of shit, or it could be something that is really real. Now, as we were told a couple months back, or a couple weeks back, rather, the Russo brothers and Marvel do not have a third act even written for Doomsday. So take this with a grain of salt. If you wouldn't mind, because I can't see that, reading that for me, please.
It says, with the recent TVA set leak and Tom Holland being spotted with Simu Liu, seemingly confirming Spider-Man's involvement in the movie, I'd like to do a rundown of things that I've heard from someone who has claimed to be involved with the production of Avengers Doomsday, or knows people who are, who first posted the day after the chair reveals before they reached out to me and clarified some things. They are Unlucky Singer 3047. And they've said stuff that's lining up with the information that we're seeing come out months after the fact. The presence of a major TVA sequence is telling, along with the fact that Tom Holland is now in the UK where filming on this movie and soon Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to take place. That's nothing. Isn't he from the UK? He lives there, right? Like he's a London person.
He does. Does he live there? I don't know if he lives there because Zendaya doesn't live in London. I think they live in LA.
Okay, good. Then it is news. I'll organize this post by chronological order between what they posted publicly and privately with my commentary added in parentheses. March 27. They make their account and say that production was already moving forward with departments set while stunt and body double coordinators begin work with the pre-viz team and scenes to shoot. Remind me again what pre-viz is? I feel like I should know that.
It's like think when the trailer dropped, or not when the trailer dropped, but when the No Way Home trailer leaked and it was like a bunch of none of the CGI was really done and things like that. It's like the
pre-visual effects.
Yeah.
A lot of work began before the Russos arrived in person, which they hadn't done despite the official beginning of filming. The elaborate on the pre-viz stunt coordinator collaborations by saying there are set pieces involving the Sanctum Sanctorum, or possibly the X-Mansion, and New York City, where the Avengers and New Avengers run into a skirmish with the Fantastic Four after they land on Earth. As an aside, this leak came before Thunderbolt's New Avengers scene was first described following the April 27th screening of the film. Anyways.
Now, what they were talking about there, just to give context for people that, it's like, okay, what the fuck are they talking about here? They're talking about there. So back around that time in March, there were leaks from My Time to Shine Hello. There were leaks from Daniel RPK. I don't know if it was from Alex and things like that, but I know from those two specifically that there was going to be a big fight over at the between the X-Men and the Avengers at the X-Mansion that I guess is going to be coordinated or something like that to that effect by Dr. Doom. This is back again in March that this had come out, that they had started to, that the set leaks looked like the front lawn of the X-Mansion and things like that, blah, 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 blah. There's also, forget his name, that plays Nightcrawler. He's the host of The Traitors and everything like that, but the one that plays Nightcrawler, he had done an interview talking about where he was on set and he was like, okay, well, wait, because this is all new to me. Who am I hitting here? And they're like, because this person, I'm not used to acting with the person not being here. And like, oh, well, you're hitting Mr. Fantastic.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
And Benedict, blah, 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 blah. So that would kind of tie into the whole rumor of the X-Men fighting the Avengers, which we know is likely going to happen. Monica is in that universe, which we saw at the end of the Marvels. So that's kind of leaning into that. What was the last thing they said there? This had come out before Doomsday. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of caught up on that. Yeah. So obviously the Fantastic Four will be involved as well.
They elaborate on the previous stunt. I just read that. Stunt doubles already present for filming includes the doubles for Tom Holland, Benedict Cumberbatch, Anthony Mackie, and Xochitl Gomez. Her involvement was leaked by reporter Jeff Snyder with his list of unrevealed roles for Doomsday, and later talked about by alleged Twitter scooper James Mack, though the latter indicated that her role isn't very substantial, despite requiring a stunt or a body double. I'm a bit skeptical of the latter claim. Some doubles, such as Holland's, might be doubling for other roles. At the time, it was not clear if Holland would be involved in the movie at all, due to the Spider-Man Brand New Day between the two Avengers movies, and both movies filming simultaneously, leaving it unclear if the movie was meant to be set during the events of Doomsday or after the movie. We know that. They indicate that some material for Avengers Secret Wars may be shot while certain cast members are in key places for the sake of convenience. And the biggest challenge for Avengers Doomsday is coordinate everything while not every actor is available. Marvel wanted to speed things up with filming, but instead, Disney eventually opted to delay the movie. Team Disney.
Right. Right. And yeah, that again, that's just more so the stuff we already know about the not having the third act and changes to the script and scheduling and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now, April 6th, a flyer featuring a strange interpretation of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom resembling Prince makes the rounds. And that clarify that said appearance is not the final character design for the primary look of Dr. Doom. Some other people have allegedly seen in the main appearance that Dr. Doom has said that it looks much like it came out of the comics, with one person comparing it to the look of a creature designed from the Universal classic monsters. That being said, Downey was seen with a similar hairstyle as the one in the flyer at the time. Ooh, they did some
Right.
research.
Now, if you look here, I have that pulled. Let me see if I can I add that to the stage? Oh yeah, there we go. It was this one here. This was the one that I was talking about, and it's this hairstyle here that he had during the same time that this invite had come out. And then again here, this was the picture from his birthday. This was his birthday invite or something like that that had come off. So people indicating and thinking that this was going to be the look of Dr. Doom. Well, Victor, rather, maybe not without, obviously, this may be him without the mask and everything. He doesn't have that on at the moment. But when he's Victor, because what we're understanding from leaks and rumors too is he is going to possibly be presenting himself as an ally to the Avengers and the X-Men, as possibly even Iron Man, Tony Stark. We don't know. This is just kind of stuff that's out there. So once he presents himself to help, then somewhere along the line, he's going to betray them all, make them fight against each other to possibly weaken the two teams, and then possibly even have some of those people helping him, possibly, don't know. But this is what the rumored look is of Dr. Doom.
Is he going to purify himself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka?
Yeah, don't know. And not so much, like I said, not the look of Doom himself throughout the film, but more so just Victor.
Which might mean that the former look could be used for Victor Von Doom pre-accident if they stick to a comic-accurate origin, and the latter look could be for all the scenes post-accident and when he's wearing the mask.
Right.
April 14. They debunk a theory that Spider-Man Brand New Day is set at the same time as Doomsday, or after the movie, but before Secret Wars. This debunking happened before Brand New Day stayed put while both Avengers movies were delayed. That's true.
Yeah.
US later said they aren't sure what the timeline of Brand New Day is, but says that Holland is in both of the projects that are shooting this summer. I make a comment speculating that the final incursions is the ending of Avengers Doomsday, something that was heavily rumored to be part of the conclusion of Avengers The Kang Dynasty and part of the lead-in for Avengers Secret Wars. And got a reply from this user suggesting that this is the case. Furthermore, US noted that they think that the TVA sequence means that there will only be one branch of time left at some point in the movie. That sounds magical to me. No more alternates and variants. We just got one.
Yeah. And we've recently heard too, and I could be wrong on this, I want to make sure I'm saying this correctly, but I think we recently heard too that from one of the more recent picture leaks, we couldn't see exactly who was in it, but it looks like that there's speculation that it could be happening within the TVA. Like they're talking about the TVA's involvement here. It could be happening. A conversation could be happening within the TVA between the Fantastic Four, Shuri explaining to the new Avengers, Sam Wilson's Avengers, explaining to the Fantastic Four and at the TVA exactly what is going on, what an incursion is, and how it all works. Now, Reed, I would assume, would know, right, what an incursion is, but Shuri, this is again just from leaks and rumors out there that Shuri is explaining this to them and blah blah blah. Also indicating to me that Shuri, like in comics, like in Time Runs Out, how T'Challa was the one that discovered the first incursion, she is going to be the one in the MCU that sees the incursions and then warns everyone. I don't know if that's going to be because, and again, we're talking spoilers, and this is not. I have to explain things in order to explain things. So if that's giving spoilers for Fantastic Four, I'm sorry, I have to do that as well. What we've seen in the Fantastic Four movie from the trailers rather is this. We've seen an incursion taking place in the trailers. However, a lot of people have said and are thinking, oh God, that's the 828 being destroyed. Well, we know, and I could be wrong. These leaks and rumors could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just telling you what's out there. What we've heard is that is more so a vision. That is more so something that is going to take place not to the 828, but after the film rather. It could be a vision for 1999, our universe or whatever, but that's not so much an incursion that's going to happen to 828. I think from what we understand, possibly I don't know if the Fantastic Four are fleeing their universe because it's being destroyed. Again, it could happen in the film, or if they're fleeing the universe because they're trying to, get Franklin away from whatever. I don't know, but or I take that back. Let me rewind. Sorry. Fleeing the universe to get Franklin back, because from our understanding at the end of the film, the post-credit scene, I don't know that RDJ himself actually lent his voice and talents to do the post-credit scene in the Fantastic Four, but we are supposed to see Doom. And the way that it's described is Sue walks into the nursery room and he's already got Franklin. He's sitting in a chair holding Franklin. So I assume when they flee, when we see the Fantastic Four ship coming into 1999 at the end of Thunderbolts, if that's really them in the ship and not Doom in that ship, then that's them coming here because he came here and they're seeking help. That's just what's out there right now.
US DMs me and tells me that the script is unfinished, not because they don't know how to end the movie or to tell the story, but because of logistics tied to handling scheduling for cast availability and character placement. I have to crap on Marvel right now because you guys should be so high priority. No cast should tell you, oh, I got this other thing that occupied my time. You knew this movie was coming 2 years in advance, 3 years in advance, 4 years in advance. You knew you were doing Avengers. No one's paying them more than what they're going to be paid for Avengers. There should be no issues with availability. This is likely why Downey is probably a huge component of this story. They can consistently work with him no matter who else is on set on any given day. He also directly tells me that Tom Holland is in the movie, something that people were unsure of at the time. Let's jump to April. Sorry, you saying?
No, I was just saying right, yeah.
He said right, yeah. They indicate that Mr. Paradox's wing of the TVA was recreated and the TVA set is huge enough that he anticipates that there will be lots of scenes filmed there. That's how you can keep so much secret. The TVA, you don't got to be outside where someone can record you.
Mm-hmm.
They add that only some of the chair reveal actors, aside from Robert Downey, have arrived at this point, while filming is expected to continue through August. Tom Holland was tentatively set to film something in mid-May. Shang-Chi is apparently part of Sam's Avengers, or possibly the new Avengers. Both teams meet the Fantastic Four when they arrive in the MCU. The Fantastic Four portion of the cast has already filmed scenes with Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
That was April, huh?
Yeah.
The Fantastic Four Avengers / New Avengers scene is set near or in the Sanctum Sanctorum, apparently tied to all the talk about the NYC set. Told you all in response to the reveal that the Thunderbolts New Avengers post-credit scene was shot on the set of Doomsday, something that they alluded on April 20.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Reynolds' Sentry Void actor Louis Pullman indirectly confirmed this at some point when he said that he was flown over to the UK to film scenes in the midst of the press tour for the movie, while filming a different movie in Canada before Thunderbolts had its press tour. A hat tip to Teacup Tiger. I've never heard of these scoopers he keeps linking.
I'm not sure who Teacup Tiger is, but that is something that we do know to be, again, assuming that it is true, that the Thunderbolts post-credit scene was filmed with the Russos, the tone for the Russos, what they're trying to do, and blah, blah, blah. Also, we've heard that the Fantastic Four post-credit scene, considering the team is currently with the cast and crew for Doomsday, filmed their post-credit scene with RDJ there as well. Now, again, I don't know if RDJ is in it, but with Dr. Doom in it.
On May 2nd, now we go to May 17th. They said that Tom Holland had a wardrobe fitting for Doomsday in early March. He was doing the Christopher Nolan's movie in early March. June 18. When asked about my theory on how the story pans out, they said that they think some ideas make sense, but admits there's no way of knowing if my rough outline matches what they'll actually do. They also note that Chris Hemsworth apparently filmed a scene with a skeleton crew, very secretive. Is that what Deadpool was talking about? Why is he crying?
I think we're going to find out in one of the films why, but I don't think that's it.
On July 9, they claim that the delay was needed because things weren't proceeding at a fast enough rate to make May of 2025. Lots of moving parts and moving players as detailed before. Apparently, it was a big relief to get 7 extra months to fine-tune the movie. That's why I said it was the right thing to do, Team Disney. 7 months is a long time, but sure, if you have to rush it, you got to delay.
Yeah.
They state that Benedict Cumberbatch is returning in the film, as previously reported, although it's not clear how big his role is as of now. The size of the role is going to be dependent on his availability. He will film something soon. I personally imagine that this will be an important role if they're taking inspiration from Hickman's Avengers, but he will have another sizable part in Secret Wars since he has a large part in that story as well. Currently, Cumberbatch has not filmed anything else as far as I can tell. Yeah. Lastly, and the date right now is July 9, okay? Lastly, they indicate that the Fantastic Four are functionally some of the biggest players of the movie, despite the Avengers title. The cast filmed some scenes with Downey, but left the production of Doomsday for a while so they could do press tour for their movie. They also shot a post-credit scene on the set of the crossover film. Ooh! As was the case with Marvel's other most recent film, Thunderbolts. US clarified they've shot the most stuff relative to the other cast members. Not necessarily that they're the leads of the film. Again, cast juggling is a big thing with their production that is this ambitious. And that's everything up until now. I could be that this is a wild goose chase and that everything doesn't quite line up that they've described. But I felt that there was enough going on right now that lined up with what we're now seeing that it is worth sharing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's been some stuff, like I said, put out there. We do know that there is going to be some big fight between the X-Men and the Avengers. We also know that there are going to be a lot of things taking place within the Void. We've seen some kind of and heard whispers of some things being filmed on the Void, set leaks, or not set leaks, but things being built and things like that. We also know that obviously RDJ is going to play a very big role. Now, like I said earlier, is he going to present himself as Robert Downey, as Iron Man at first, or how that's going to work? Don't exactly know, but I know that we should have our first official look at him. Is it going to be shadowed? Possibly. I don't really know. But the first official look at him as Doom in Fantastic Four. That's next week. So on Thursday, in the post-credit scene that you will likely see online before you see in theaters,
was filmed with the intention of a Doomsday crossover. That's great. That's what these post-credits are for, James Gunn. We want to know that something's coming next. We also want to know that you know what's going on. It's guys who are making this. You know what's next. Great. I want that from my wrestling bookers, and I want that from my movie producers. Know what's next from the franchise.
Right. Yeah. No, we'll see. We'll see exactly what it was. I know there was another picture that RDJ had posted on his Instagram, and it was like one of the Avengers comics or something like that he was reading.
And then sales just shot to the roof of that comic book.
Well, I remember the conversation around it being like, wow, back in the day, if RDJ would have posted something like that, and it was, you know, the speculation, the conversation, it was really quiet. Nobody talked about anything about it. So it's like, oh, okay.
Was it an Ironheart comic?
No. I think it was Hickman's Secret Wars.
Okay. You know, Marvel should reprint that this summer.
Yeah.
And
So
next summer.
So when it comes to Avengers Doomsday and everything that's going on out there, he did post something about
on his Instagram. I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the comic that's in. Yeah.
Doom. But that has nothing to do with your movie.
It doesn't, but you know, it's still like back in the day, people would have been like, oh, look at, you know, just the conversation. You know how people were enthusiastic about shit like that back in the day, just like, oh my God, the dedication, he's reading books, he's getting into the character, he's studying, he wants to master it. No one's really caring about any of that shit.
The way secrecy works at Marvel, the creator of this comic book, which is brand new and it just hit stores recently, the creator does not know anything about the plot of the movie. So you're selling me on a lie. What it exposes to me, sorry.
No, I'm just looking at his Instagram.
Okay, sure, yeah, sure. I'll keep talking. What exposes is that Robert Downey has something in his contract this time around to mention the other projects. To be like, okay, Thunderbolts is here. Let's all take a photo. Well, we got to talk about Ironheart. I'm going to do the thing where I call my girl, Dominic Thorne. Hey, Dominic, you're in bed. I just saw the first 3 episodes. Like, it just feels more inauthentic. These are brand deals. Just like, this one here. Thunderbolts, got to watch it. Just like when he was holding up the Bang energy drink in the next photo, he's just promoting. It's evident. I was watching Kai Cenat yesterday on Twitch for no reason. I was just like, what's going on? And I saw him transfer over from the basketball court to his setting. I think someone handed him an energy drink, and it was very clearly empty. And he pretends to drink it. He says, and then he puts it down. And I'm going, okay, that was a brand deal. They needed him to take that photo, right? To take the sip on stream. He's doing the same thing here, and it works to some people. Some people are going to watch Ironheart because Iron Man loves Ironheart. I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. I'm just saying when you do it too much, it feels inauthentic.
You think that he's doing it just, you know, you think they've told him, they've put it in his contract, and you don't think RDJ is just playing ball?
No, I don't think he's just playing ball. Everything is negotiated. He even negotiates press. He says that's part of the contract too. How much press that I do.
Maybe. I mean, I don't disagree with it. I that definitely is, you know, I mean, that was Monique's whole beef with Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels. They wanted her to do extra press. He's like, that wasn't in my contract. So I mean, yeah, it's real, but maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe so. But hey, when it comes to that, like I said, we'll see next week. Next week, if that post-credit scene doesn't get people, you know, I don't know. I go back and forth with it. Is it enough? Is it enough? I mean, he's holding Franklin. I mean, I guess maybe it would be. I don't know. I guess I have to just gauge once I see it, how I feel, my level of excitement once I actually see it. And then what is everybody else's level of excitement going to be online? Is it going to cause conversation?
Can you chime in on the Cumberbatch stuff that we saw in this leak? Like, he's got other commitments that are bigger than Marvel. And I'm like, how dare you? Who are you?
What does Cumberbatch have that's going on? I mean, the last time I checked, when he did that one interview where he slipped out, it's in my bookmarks, but it'd be so far down. Where he slipped out and said,
he's not in Avengers Doomsday, then he said he is. That one?
No, it was the one where he was saying, he was like, actually, he was talking about his role as Doctor Strange, how he's enjoyed playing Doctor Strange and the character and blah, blah, blah. He's like, actually, I get to play that character again when we start filming for Avengers Doom, or I think he didn't say Doomsday. He just said Avengers, summer of 2025.
Yeah. Okay. He doesn't care if it's Doomsday, Secret Wars. He just said Avengers.
So I don't know if, I mean, if he said that way back then he knew way back then that he was going to be filming summer of 2025 for Avengers. So I don't know what prior commitments, unless it's, I mean, it's other films that he's in, but like they said in that Reddit, Doctor Strange's role in Secret Wars and Time Runs Out, he it's pivotal. He's got to be there. And then not only that, I know a lot of people were saying like, oh, those leaks and things because the Russos said they aren't real. I don't know when y'all are gonna learn, and I'm not specifically talking to the chat, just in general, that they are going to lie. Andrew Garfield told us time and time again that he was not in No Way Home. They even, erased them out of the trailer, but we still saw Lizard's head get moved like it got punched. Like they're going to do and say whatever they're going to, because they're trying to keep this all confidential. I mean, Marvel has even threatened to leak fake leaks just to deter the scoopers and make people think one thing when they're really doing the next. So, yeah, I mean, he plays a very, very big role in these upcoming films and things like that. So he's got to be in it. He's got to be available. He knows that, and I'm sure he is available. I mean, hasn't filmed yet.
I'm just surprised by the muscle that I thought Marvel had. I thought that they could say 3 years from now, summer 25, don't do anything because we need you for all 90 of these days. Okay. And they're telling him this in 2022. Then Benedict Cumberbatch should not be taking any movies where you're going to be filming something in the summer of 2025.
I agree. I mean, but then that's the whole thing with Tom. They had the scheduling issues with Tom. At one point in time, I'm sure I don't know if Tom's schedule had to do with the changing of Brand New Day, but Brand New Day at one point in time was after Doomsday and between Doomsday and Secret Wars, and had a lot of speculation around it being a Battle World film and things like that. I don't know if his scheduling was the conflict or if it was just rewriting or whatever, but that whole scheduling issue with him filming the Odyssey and filming this led people to believe, okay, he may not even be in Doomsday. But again, for the story we're telling, it's like when I was watching John the other day and he was like, when you guys were telling me that Franklin was in the film, I was telling you guys, no way, there's no way he could be in the film, because why would they do that? It's the very first film. That shit really irritates me. And it irritates me not to where I'm like about to go off, but it's irritating because it's like, as comic book fans and as what we do, understand and know what story is being told. This is Secret Wars. Of course Franklin's in it.
Mm-hmm.
So of course he's going to be there. Of course Doctor Strange is going to be there. It's Secret Wars. In order to properly tell these stories, certain characters have to be there. So yeah, he's going to be there.
Cornelia says, I think the schedule is so fluid that they give their actors flexibility because they don't know themselves. There it is. They don't know themselves. You know what's interesting to me? The gray hair of Rick Flag Sr. in the cartoon wasn't replicated where Romolo, what's his name? Ruffalo? Not Ruffalo. Whoever, the actor. In Superman, he had dark hair and it wasn't gray. It's supposed to be gray. In Creature Commandos, it was gray. That's because he was busy filming something else in between Superman where he needed to have darker hair. They made a fuss over that, the inconsistencies of it. And I understand how a supporting character of Superman may have other things, other commitments. But if you're a superhero and you're in Avengers, that's your priority there. I want a brave and bold Batman introduced in his own film. It makes no sense to give us Batman through Clayface. Yo, why are you on Clayface, bro? Frank Grillo.
There's a conversation. They're having a conversation in chat about Clayface.
Yeah, bro. But as far as like Doomsday and everything, that's the spoiler leak.
Raymond says, it's true that they have not finished the script for Doomsday. As far as it's being reported, that's what's out there. It's just from scoopers. It's being reported that they don't have the third act written down. And I guess that is also cause to the delay.
And they need a new second unit director.
Yes,
they got rid of the old one.
Yeah, they just got rid of the old one. What was that, news yesterday or day before? They got rid of him, and then So they're looking for a second. But like Cornelia said in the comments, I think that has something to do with the changes. Not maybe so much his work. I thought I saw a report on Twitter that said his work wasn't satisfactory or it wasn't what they were looking for. But I think it was the changes. There's a lot being changed to the film. Like I said, they don't know how they're. One of the things that we talked about with Doomsday a long time ago was just how you have to wrap this story up. How are you going to do it? You know, wrapping the story up and things like that. The pivot from Kang. How are you going to explain Kang? Some people are okay with it. A death off screen. I'm not personally. I just don't think that really. I mean, I would just have to accept it and move on watching the film. But I mean, it's just like. So just Kang, I mean, we put all this emphasis around Kang, and now Kang's just, as I've said before, I think you bring Jonathan Majors back. They're not, but I say you bring Jonathan Majors back, let him do the role of Kang, and you have what I thought was originally going to be Secret Wars and Doomsday, because they were never just keeping Doom out of Doomsday. I thought originally it was going to be the two of them type of deal, but I don't know. Don't like it. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see. Raymond said, well, I'm worried about Avengers 5 and 6 again.
In Russo's we trust.
Michael Nemo said, so wait, they never wrapped up Kang? No, that has not been wrapped up yet. We haven't seen Kang since season 2 of Loki. No one has said the name Kang since season 2 of Loki.
Kevin Feige got a letter from Jonathan Majors, and he never responded to the letter.
We don't know that. We don't know that Feige didn't write that man back. He could have wrote
Majors said it. I heard him tell back Charlemagne that he didn't. Could he have done it by now? Oh, really? Okay, let me check my email. Oh, it's right there. Okay. And got back at him? Maybe, since the interview.
Maybe. No, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, that any other comments in there that we missed? Anyone? They said you're on the payroll.
Bro, look at this. We're not making things up. Add to stage. We'll remove you. Add mine to stage. Here.
Him. Have you guys already started talking about working on other projects, and would you like to see him return to the MCU?
Whenever you have an experience with a filmmaker that
because one of the upcoming Avengers titles was Kang Dynasty. Is Kang still a villain in an Avengers film?
Do you know, I've done a number of interviews in the last couple of days, and you're the first person to I
remember this interview
just outright asking the question,
and he skipped over
credit for trying to evade it and avoid it entirely.
Well, I give you credit.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that because I remember I talked about that. I was like, because this is when people were still trying to say, "Oh, they're gonna bring him back." I was like, "Okay, they're not." He won't even say his name. He won't say. They haven't. Like, when's the last time you've heard the name Kang in any MCU project?
Yeah, Loki season 2.
Loki season 2. You'll hear it again. But it's gonna be, I'm sure, when Doom has decimated the council.
Somehow Kang disappeared. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somehow Kang disappeared, and that'll be it. And then they'll move on.
Yeah.
So either way, that's what's going on. Let's see. There's a new report saying Warner Brothers throw with Batman 2 script. I ignore Kang now because they don't have. I don't know. But as far as that Batman 2 script thing, that got turned into Matt Reeves turned that into Gunn. They have said Gunn has even said that it was very. He loved it. Or did Gunn say that? Didn't Gunn say he loved the script, or did he say he just turned it in?
Heck if I know.
I thought Gunn said he liked it. I could be wrong on that, though. But we know that the Batman 2 script is in there, and the more I think about it, too, I just don't know that Pattinson's coming to that side. I think they are really doing the two different. The interviews he's done recently doesn't tell me, and I've watched a lot of Gunn interviews recently because he's been talking, obviously for the press for Superman, and he's been asked about Matt Reeves. He has been singing praise after praise after. Now it could just be, whatever, I'm on camera, but praise after praise after praise for Matt Reeves and saying that he's a genius. He's got this whole thing figured out and blah, 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 blah. So maybe Matt continues to do his own thing in his Elseworld. And there really are going to be 2 Batmen. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It'll be terrific.
Raymond said they're ignoring Kang because they're still figuring it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're I don't know if they're gonna still figure out who can play him, because I'm telling you, I'm just going off what's out there. As much as I don't like My Time, she's a lot of shit right. She says
the guy from Severance is cast.
No,
Tremil Tillman.
This is a no one's cat. They're not putting anybody new in the frame of Kang.
My bad. Go ahead.
They are going to it's going to be an off-screen death, or it's going to be a deal where, I mean, I don't know. She says off-screen death. She said they're going to decimate him off-screen.
Just like Sam is going to make his Avengers off-screen.
Exactly. John can't be a stupid. Why do you expect weak humans to be able to take on Kang variants? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with him. Chef said, no one else can do Kang character justice like Majors. Hope they don't recast, but damn, never know. It'd be, just let the man just do the one thing. Just let him come in and just do the one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Network said, I can see it being off-screen death, which is a shame. Yeah, it is a shame. I mean, we have to think about it. We have to think right now. There are so many unanswered post-credit scenes and things right now that haven't been answered. And so why, I mean, they're trying to tell a story right now trying to wrap up a whole saga in 2 films with new directors and whatever plot point it was that they pitched to them to make Marvel say, oh, okay, yeah, let's bring the Russos and Marcus and McFeely back and things like that. So I don't know that they even have the time to properly tell it. So it just seems like it'd be more of an off-screen death. It's crazy. I hate it. It's what it is.
Yeah.
They mentioned Coleman and Domingo and stuff like that. I don't know.
Thermal Tillman. I just had his name up, that guy. And it's got to be Majors, bro. It's got to be Majors, because that TMZ reporter, hey, Jonathan, is going to catch him outside and ask who's next. Maybe Megan could be there. That's what they'll do. They'll give Megan an audition for Storm. They'll never choose her, but they'll just be like, yeah, see, look. And that'll keep him from saying anything negative. I would do if I was an evil white man.
Yeah, the Coleman Domingo stuff. At one point, I don't know. Well, Coleman even said it was on the table. Did he? I don't know if he said Kang. I don't know if he said those words. No, he did. He said, because he said he didn't feel right about the whole, with Jonathan Majors and all that. So,
you know what? I can add to this. John Boyega was asked, you want to do a role? What role do you want? And they were hoping that he would be like, give me Kang or something like that. But he never asked for that. He never asked for Black Panther either. It's like they want it to be your decision to stab Jonathan Majors in the back or to do these things. So that they'll hear you, they'll entertain you. That's what they'll do.
Yeah. Well, that's that. We'll see. Other than that, that is what we've got on the docket for the day as far as topics and things like that. Tomorrow, I think we'll still do the this or that, and we'll try to throw in the minute to win it game as well with the questions and have you guys call in for that one. So we are back live tomorrow, Wednesday. So if you are new here, and you are just tuning into this segment of what we're doing, this is Monday through Friday that Chill and I are doing. It's called the Morning Report. We come in and we give you guys the topics of the day from the yesterday. Or we'll have topics from this evening for tomorrow morning and things like that to go over with you guys. The This or That is a segment that we do. The Minute to Win It is a segment that we'll do. So we have other things that we're wanting to do with you guys and hang out and try to be here as every single day. Thursdays, we still have our Pantheon stream. We're going to do Pantheon in the evening with Marcus over at Back of the Bus. Again, go subscribe if you're not. And then in the morning, if it's to try to save those big news topics for the Pantheon stream, we'll do like tier list or come in if it's a minor topic, do something like that with you guys or whatever. But we still want to make sure we kind of come in on Thursday morning as well. So that is what's going on. We are here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Don't close out just yet. I gotta see my girl, sister. I gotta see her dance.
Don't show love, oh yes, son. I'm talking to you. Wanna get with me with no money?
Nemo with more money.
Thank you, Michael.
As far as I know, wrong button. Darius, in your heart of hearts, use your intuition. Do you think the Batgirl film was any good? He's using his.
I'm going off of what they said. What I forget the actress that played Batgirl, but also off of what Brendan Fraser said. And I think it was a good film. I think it was more so they were scrapping that universe, so they just pulled the plug on it. But I think it was going to be a decent film. And some of the stuff that we saw from the behind the scenes with Firefly and all, it looked like it was good to me.
The directors who did Ms. Marvel, the directors who did Bad Boys, I think their name is. They do fine stuff, so should be good.
Lawrence said nope. The Firefly stuff looked cool. Batgirl might have been. I mean, think about it though. In that DCEU universe, it probably would have been good, opposed to some of the other stuff we got from that universe. Probably would have been good.
Now, you guys know me. I know you were ending the stream. I want to end it on another note. Someone who was here earlier,
Allergy symptoms?
Torian Rain Reloaded. He does stuff. He talks about things, and he brought something to my attention that I didn't know about sidelining black comic book characters. I'm stuttering because I'm trying to find the exact moment.
Lawrence, it was Flash level.
Here, this part.
On or soon thereafter. And then, interestingly enough, upon my research, I found out that the first black video game character was in an Atari 800 basketball game in 1979.
Damn.
When I researched who the first black hero for television was, I was actually surprised to learn it was Zach Taylor, aka the Black Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in 1993. Many people actually believe
1993 was the first time a television had a black superhero in it. That's way later than I thought. I'm surprised. I didn't know that that actor had that distinction, and no wonder his convention lines are extremely long. You know, all the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers do well, but him specifically.
Yeah,
the more you know.
Yeah, the more you know.
If you want to catch Torian's video, I'll put the link right now in the chat. We're done here. Go check him out. Go support that. Who else you gonna watch, huh?
You can watch the Spoiler Kings. Tank was in here this evening. Who else we have? Culture Made channel has one as well. I always say Network has his as well.
Should they watch Comics Explained? Let's send people over there.
If you would like to, you can. Sure. Go see Rob, I guess. But yeah, all of that. So again, we are back here live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Standard, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. We are going to get a better outro, like I said yesterday. But we do appreciate all of you guys hanging out, the super chats, everything. It's appreciated. The constant flow of conversation within the chat, you guys interacting. Again, we love this community. We want to build this community. So go tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to bring them over tomorrow morning for the morning report. I have been Planet Fanatics. Darius, this is Chillmonger. And this has been the morning report. We appreciate you guys. Have a great and blessed rest of your day. Peace out.